Ah.
There it goes. Hey, everybody. It was like sitting for a very extra amount of time.
Yeah, it was doing that to me last night too. Like it had to think about it.
Okay. Happy Saturday. It is the weekend. Maybe it's Friday in some places, Sunday, who knows? I'm sure it is. Welcome to everybody. We'll start with I'm just going to ask you guys what you're reading and then we'll go over the comments because sometimes we forget. What we'll do is today is a scavenger hunt pick, house or room scene on the cover, but we'll get to that after the first sprint. That way people have time to come in and kind of, get all their stuff together. But Storm, what are you reading today?
I'm still working on this, so I'll be working on Inner Rogue's Arms by Virginia Lynn. I'm really trying to get it done. I've got like this much to go.
Oh, you're getting close, though. You're getting close.
It's that tiny print.
Right?
Awesome. What about you, Cozy?
For ebook, I will be working on the book I originally wanted for Scavenger Hunt, which is Town in a Wild Moose Chase by B.B. Haywood, number 3 in the Candy Holiday series. I read number 2 this month. I read book 1 like in 2018, and then I read book 2 this month, and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to go continue the series. And then audiobook, I'm doing number 4 in the Magical Bakery by Bailey Cates.
Excellent. Nice. Mm-hmm. How about you, Sarah?
I've got a couple of Harlequin books on the go. I've got an intrigue and a love inspired suspense. I want to get some reading done on both of those. But my audiobook is Always Be My Duchess by Amelia Howard, the Pretty Woman retelling.
Oh, yes. Awesome.
Which is delightful so far.
That is awesome. I am doing audio. Cozy, I have Deadly Summer Nights by Vicky Delaney, and I am seriously loving it. I mean, really, I am loving this book. It's so fun. And then I'm also got a romance going called Beautifully Broken Pieces. I probably would have been done with most of that, but I left my earphones at home.
Oh, yeah.
Tragic day on Friday.
Yeah.
Not really, but you know what I mean. And then I had started a Kindle book, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, so I put it aside. Nothing wrong with it. It was a historical, and it was like 1800s historical, and so the language was a lot different, and I just wasn't getting into it. I mean, it was,
Yeah, I read the synopsis, and I'm like, I bet you Tiffany saw the title and the cover and didn't even read that it was 1800s.
But I did learn something really, really interesting about opera that I did not know that they, and I looked it up and it's true, that they would castrate young boys to be able to sing tenor past their like.
I've heard that somewhere.
And I looked it up and it's true. I was like, and I was thinking before I looked it up, the reason I looked it up, I was like, I bet you it's true because, in that time period, they were singing opera for mostly royalty, and royalty didn't care how they treated anybody else. You know what I mean?
You were just a servant.
At their mercy. And oh my gosh, that is
wow. That's dedication to your craft right there.
Right. And then also they probably needed the money for their family, and that was their.
Yes.
Well,
they put young kids like in the mines, and they did everything back then. Yeah.
I mean, some of that, but to sing opera, I was shocked.
It's a difference in going into the mines to help feed your family, because you've got like there's several mouths and you have a young kid down there or whatever, but to just sing opera, it's like
Well, it's probably it's probably to the point where it was normal that they didn't question it. It was just like, okay, this is what, if I'm going to sing opera and I'm a boy, this is what you do. Like, it's sad.
Yeah,
but
it was just it was a little shocking.
That's some of the stuff. Whenever you read something that's historical, it's like, oh my goodness.
I know.
I like learning because you learn things, because it's like
some stuff you really don't want to know.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Book Addict. Hi, Amy. She said, hi, everyone. I finished Christmas Criminals and Campers by Tanya Kappas. I gave it 4 stars. I'm starting a ghostly undertaking by Tanya Kappas today. Excellent. Lauren says, happy Saturday. I'm listening to For Whom the Bread Rolls. I went under 2018 or 28. I will also be trying to finish my cross stitch for my daughter during the sprint. That's awesome.
Me too. Well, not for my daughter, but my cross stitch.
That's awesome. Kev said, ugh. I've been reading so much, my eyeballs are bugging out of my head, so I'll be giving them a rest and listening to The Secret Life of Miss Mary Bennett, my nod to Jane Austen July. Excellent. Alicia said, hello, reading Tide and Punishment by Bree Baker, my Christmas in July pick. Awesome. Anita, good day, everyone. I'll be reading and hopefully finishing Murder at the Blueberry Festival. Awesome. Hannah said, hi, everyone. Going to be reading Buried to the Brim by Jen McKinley. I think that's the hat shop, right? Yeah. Gajan said, hi, everyone. Reading Murder at an Irish Wedding, Irish Village number 2. Good morning, everyone. First, I'll be doing our current morning buddy listen to here at GSC 1 Second After by William R. something. So far, I'm finding it frustrating. Oh, sorry.
That's not fun.
Nadine said, hello, need a book rec for the 4th of July prompt. Jaws Readathon. The book I had selected isn't the first in this series like I thought.
Okay, so you need a 4th of July first in series because there are quite a few 4th of July.
I have a romance if you're interested.
Yeah.
I know some 4th of Julys, but I don't think that they're.
Do you only want cozy or do you want other things? Because if you only want cozy, I could look during the sprint and I could message you.
Just to throw it out there, if you want to check it out during the sprint, The Rancher's Summer Secret by Christine Rimmer, which is the first in a series. It's a 6-book romance series from Harlequin, and it starts on the 2nd of July. But the 4th of July is definitely a big part of the story.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
If you happen to be in the middle of the Nancy Coco Candy Coated series, I believe it's book 3 that's 4th of July.
Yeah, there is one fairly early on that is, yeah.
I
didn't catch, I'm not sure.
I didn't catch who it was, so I don't know if they read it or not. But if you haven't read, was it Death at Castle Dark or whatever? It had the 4th of July at the very end.
Oh,
so
there you go.
That's the first in the series.
Yeah,
awesome.
And it's first in the series. So by Veronica Bond.
Because there's lots of other ones farther along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know of some too, but that same way as Cozy, that they're not necessarily first in the series. Reading Last Coast Literary. I thought it was Lost Coast.
I think it is Lost.
Okay, I think it is too. Lost Coast Literary by Ellie Alexander. Hey, Cornflower said, hi, everyone. I'm reading The Handyman Homicide by Libby Howard, Reckless Camper Cozy Mystery Series. I love that. Reckless Camper Cozy. I'm going to have to look that up. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Murder Plainly Read by Isabel Allen, a.k.a. Amanda Flower. It's number 4 in the Amish Quilt Shop series.
Nice.
Susan. Hello, Susan. Good morning. Reading Disco for the Departed by Colin Ketterall. That's funny. Funny title. Mr. G is currently telling me that the reason I can't tell blue from green, I can, by the way, it is he who calls green blue, is because I have blue-green eyes. Oh, all right. Megan said, hello, everyone, for whom the bread rolls by Sarah Fox. Somebody else is reading that.
Yeah, Lauren.
Mil Mike said, hi, Tiffany. Hi, Storm. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Ro. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Batter Off Dead by Maddie Day, number 10 in the country store on page 61 of 285. Excellent. We're going to start a sprint here in about a minute. Cozy, are you going to be able to do what you call it?
Yeah, I got so caught up in the comments. How long are we doing?
25?
Okay.
Mazda goes vroom vroom. Hello, everyone. I'm reading The Rules by L.L. Frost. Excellent. Nice. Miss Bridget Ramble says hello. Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm in the last 50 pages of Pleading for Mercy by Melissa Berman. You're close. I really liked Deadly
How-
Summer Nights. I thought it was a great start to the series.
How magical? I know it's a magical dressmaking, but because I'm really interested in that series. So like, how magical is it?
The Melissa Bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, would you say there's too much about sitting around and talking about the murder, not enough actual sleuthing by book? And see, I prefer when they just talk about it with their everyday life, like they're making a dress as they talk about it instead of just interviewing sleuthing. I hate interview sleuths. Where the whole book is just interviews. Like,
Gotcha.
so I'm the opposite.
Hi, gamer. All right. So if you are coming in, we're going to start a sprint. We'll be back and we'll start the scavenger hunt. Hello, if you are. Let us know what you're reading. Let me see. Ooh.
It's even Christmas in July there.
Excellent. All right. Sarah, what do you want?
I want the witch, number 1.
Cozy?
Hold on. I'm gonna don't want to hunt. I'm gonna get it in my ears if it's okay. Number 3, the turtle.
Storm?
I'll take number 4.
I got Santa Claus. All right, everyone. Happy reading.
Happy reading.
Santa Claus for the win. That's right, Santa. Take your victory lap. How did everybody do? How was your sprints?
Good. I read like 9 pages. So
Nice.
I got 2 chapters done of the Harlequin inspirational romantic suspense. It's quite good so far.
Excellent. How'd you do, Cozy? Oh, she looks like she's busy. I did not listen this time. I had to research some stuff for a video for tomorrow. So I was doing that. So Cozy, can you hear us now?
Okay, yeah. For some reason, every time I come back, my Bluetooth, there's like 4 AirPods settings for my Bluetooth, and we only have one set. And I'm like it's like pick and choose which one's the right one.
Gotcha. How was your sprint?
Good. I'm on 14% of Some Enchanted Eclair, and I really like it. Like the writing's really good, and she always makes the mysteries and everything going on really interesting. And I feel like I saw that you read book 1. I feel like you would like it because it's not super paranormal. Like they're hedge witches and kitchen witches, so it's mostly like herbs and stuff. And auras and for their bakery. But the
Bailey Cates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the wiggle your nose Samantha
Yeah.
from Bewitched type of, it's more natural witchcraft, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one I read. What's the first book?
The brownies, something broomsticks. I know you read
Brownies
it.
and broomsticks.
You gave it 3 stars, but I don't think you tried book 2.
I don't think I did either. There was one that I don't know if it was that one or not, but the end got a little bit like
woo woo.
Yeah, a little woo woo.
Well, we have
paranormal. I'm like,
Cozy Halloween coming up, and one of the prompts is to read a paranormal cozy. So maybe, or witch cozy. One of them's witch cozy. So maybe if you tried that, you might like it because there's witch and paranormal on there. So
okay, cool. Awesome. So for Scavenger Hunt, this week's Scavenger Hunt was home on the cover, a house on the cover, a room on the cover. So pretty broad. I like these more than like just the theme ones personally, because then I don't know what anybody's going to pick, and it could still be any theme in the world with a room on it, right? So I like the more broad ones for whatever reason. Cozy, will you do the Goodreads?
Yeah, I'm trying to sign in because I got logged out.
While she's pulling up that, I'm just going to go through some of these comments. When you tell us what you're good, tell us what you're good. When you tell us what your Scavenger Hunt pick is, tell us what you rated the book as well. Melmac said, "Are you enjoying Pleading for Mercy? I really like that series. The last book is from 2015." But Melissa Burr announced in a recent newsletter that she's continuing the series. That's the one you were asking about too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I saw they responded down there. So.
Melmac said, "Cajun, how are you liking Murder at an Irish Wedding?" Hey, Breezy! Breezy said, "Hello, everyone. Sarah, what is the name of the app you use for your cross-stitch patterns? I'm organizing my supplies today."
The app is called Pattern Keeper, and it is only available for Android, unfortunately. So, sorry to all of you Apple users. For once, us Android users get the heads up.
Yay!
I wanted to share real fast while I have it right here. So you guys have seen this, but Sarah might appreciate it. My husband has a few Funko Pops, and the only one I have is Martin and Eddie from Frasier. And it has the dog.
Get that.
That's why I had to get it, because there's Eddie. And he has his cane and everything.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God, I need that. Okay, so onto the Amazon I go.
And Martin was my favorite character.
Yeah, I got it for really cheap around Christmas. I was like, because he's like, "Is there any you want?" I'm like, "Probably not." And I looked, I'm like, "Okay, this is the one I want."
Absolutely. Oh, that's delightful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. I was like, "She loves Frasier. She'll appreciate that." Okay.
Keishan said, "Melmac, I understand how Sibian got on Storm's nerves. I am liking it, but yeah, poor decision making in places.
Mm.
What book is that?
The wedding one that she was just talking about.
Hey,
That's
Kennedy.
book 2, the dreaded book 2 that like a lot of us didn't like.
Oh yeah. She
Yeah,
said,
sometimes book 1's good and then book 2's horrible.
That
Sometimes
happens.
it's the
That's kind of what
opposite.
happened with this
That's
one.
definitely happened to me. Yeah. She said, "Hi, I'll be listening to Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Kane and doing chores." Nice.
I liked that book, but I never continued the series.
I heard the series didn't get very good as you went on.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. So I'm like, I don't think I'm missing anything.
Maybe just leave it at the first one and walk
Is
away.
this the first one, Stillhouse Lake?
Yeah.
Is that the first one? Are you liking it, Kennedy? Should be Lost. I was thinking it was. Momac, it's good. Not my favorite, but I like the premise. There's too much of I think you read this, right? Sorry. Regina said, "Good afternoon, everyone. I am reading Murder at the Christmas Cookie Bake Off." I think that's Darcy Hannah. Nice.
Which I need to give that series another try because I wasn't a fan of book 1. But the covers are so stinking cute.
They are so cute. The Bake Off one particularly is adorable.
I just felt like number 1 there was so much going on and I didn't care for the character, and so but it's first book, so.
Nadine said there are many 4th of July that are in the middle of the series, but I can't read out of order. Yeah. Thank you so much for the book recommendations. I'll pick one of those you mentioned. Nice.
Excellent.
People saying what they picked. If you pick the right one, of course, the one I picked. No, I'm just kidding. Santa Claus, you have won. Congratulations. You don't get anything. Just saying.
Pat yourself on the back.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Millie's said, "Cozy, the dress shop is delightfully haunted." Oh, by her Meemaw, which I like. Oh, I love it. Yeah, this was me. That turtle shot out of there way too fast. I want him checked for enhancements. And I think you were reading this earlier. Row the magical was making fair amount of paranormal.
The ghost trying to communicate with them. Kurama communicates with goats, and her mom can control plants at will. See, that part's interesting to me. I have a problem with full-on ghosts being there. So if she's trying to communicate with her through the dressmaking, to me that's fine. But if it's like a full-on apparition that she sees and follows her, like that's where I'm like, eh. But
I love where there's like a gray area for ghosts.
There is.
Like, you know.
There is. Because Ghost is the one.
This is not.
Ghost is the one paranormal I have issues with. So I like have rules for it.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
I think I'd be the exact opposite. I mean, I don't have rules for my ghosts.
You want them to be there, yeah.
But I would want them to be there, yeah.
Well, just like the haunted library, me and you both said there's actually not enough ghosts. Like we want more in that one.
Yeah, there's not enough ghosts. Yeah, Evelyn needs to be more. But I would want her, like I don't know. I think I'd be creeped out if it was just like, nah, I want them there.
I think the library
ghost is floating around. That's
see, I don't want.
Yeah.
No,
You're like, I need to know that I'm not going crazy, so I need to see something.
Yeah. I don't want.
I just feel like the library ghost is something we can all, feel like, because I know when I die, that's precisely where I'm going, because I still have reading to do. So if I'm haunting anywhere, it's the library.
Yeah. Fair
reading
enough.
Other people's shoulders. Hey, I'm not done with that page yet.
Yeah, right.
Like flip it back.
Like we'll never know, but you'll become a ghost in a library. You'll just be packed with other ghosts, like reading. You're like, oh.
No, all you're gonna see is like little ear pods going through as that's the only, even as a ghost, I need to listen to all the
audio.
Yeah, just floating in the air, but you just see the pods. Elizabeth said, "For this sprint, I'm trying to catch up with the buddy read that I've gotten behind on. It's a retro romance read called Courthouse Steps by Ginger Chambers, part of the Welcome to Tyler series."
Nice.
Hey, Jillian. Hummingbird said, "Hello, everyone. A bit late. Wi-Fi's been out. I'm reading Hidden Pictures, Jason Reculuk, Creepy House. Creepy dead people and creepy child's pictures. What in the world are you reading?" No,
and then alternating
the cover.
Yeah. I thought she said alternating with misfortune, but it's something else.
Brave woman. That's what I say. Good on ya. Good on ya. My mom just let Macy in. Oh, I'm not alone anymore. Yay.
Yay.
Made it to 54%. All right. A lot of people saying I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah.
start and
I
skip
think
just a
the
little bit of this.
First, unless one of us wants to go first, I think the first one is Hannah with what she read for.
Okay. The picture is blurry for me. It's blurry for anyone else. I don't know if it's my computer or not. It's not blurry for me. Is it blurry for anybody else? Okay. So I could go first. I read Buried in a Book or Buried in a Good Book?
Good
What
book.
was it? Good book. Okay.
The one you
By
were
Tamara Berry.
forced to read.
I had been wanting to read it anyways. I'd really been wanting to read it, and I was planning on reading the opera book, so I'm glad I didn't because I wouldn't have finished it.
Okay. I have it
Okay.
with
Goodreads and their promotion. Apparently, they really want people to watch Dark Winds.
oh good lord. I legitimately wish I could pay like a monthly subscription to
Yes.
Goodreads not
They
to
did-
get ads.
They didn't.
Right?
Wow, that's a big cover. They didn't used to do that. Like I feel
Mhm.
like it's a new
But it's
thing.
almost like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't mind the like one on top. It's the one that's like
All
top.
the sides.
The whole, yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
So Buried in a Good Book. There's the cabin. That's the house.
I love the little shrubs with the little eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
the typewriter.
Right?
That's cool. Okay, so you want to tell us a little bit about the premise and your thoughts?
So the main character and her daughter's name is Gertie. What's her name?
Is it Tess?
Tess. Yeah, she's a Tess, and she's a writer.
She is, yeah, and she writes a detective story, and she decides to unplug with her daughter who's a teenager, like, and so she takes the two of them. She's just gotten a divorce, and she takes not just, but she's got a divorce fairly recently. They go to the cabin to unplug, and she's making jokes like, oh, we're gonna find dead bodies here. Where all would the dead bodies be in this house? And then they're trying to from the very beginning, they're trying to kind of get situated in the cabin. There's no electricity, no water. They're really roughing it. And they hear this boom, and it's somebody setting off dynamite in the lake. And
that's in the synopsis, so you can say it. Yeah.
And then that's how everything starts out. And it was really humorous, really great. I really loved Gertie, actually. I thought she was a fun addition. I really liked the relationship between the sheriff and her.
Yeah.
So she has a detective series, so she's very up on what she thinks is, crime and all this stuff and everything. And so she's kind of, inserting herself, and I just really liked it. And I like the old lady and the cat thing. I don't know why I thought that was really cute. I just really enjoyed everything about it. I loved the setting. It was different.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
The town's really quirky, and the characters are really quirky. Yeah. And there's a lot going on in the town.
Gertie is like kind of a bratty teenager, but she's kind of cool too at the same time. Like
I did.
She had her moments where she wasn't quite the brat, but she was still
and then the ending. I know Storm was shocked by the ending, so was I. Were you shocked by the ending?
I was totally shocked by the ending because I normally make the joke, I suspect everybody, and that way I won't be wrong. I should have just, but it never even crossed I was really shocked.
Are we giving Sarah FOMO yet?
Yeah, I'm like, do I have this one from NetGalley?
And the second one will come out in November.
I think. Yeah.
It was I gave it 5 stars. I really
I did too. I gave it 5.
I did 5 stars too.
I'm reading it next month.
And I hardly give first in series 5 stars. So.
Yellow on the cover. You can use it for yellow on the cover of the canoe.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
November 29th.
Awesome.
So now that, they decide to stay there. So now I'm curious how book 2 is going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
They decided to stay in Winthrop permanently, it says. Yeah.
because
And they're
although it sounds like
updating the cabin. Yeah.
it sounds like a really cool place. I could do it permanently if I had water and electricity.
That's what
I
they
don't
said. They're
have to.
updating. It says we're updating the cabin, turning to the family hardware store that Tess inherited because she inherits the hardware store and the cabin from her grandpa. And they go for a summer getaway. And then the thing she was talking about with the cop is so normally it's really annoying when the sleuth acts like they know more than the cop. But since she's a mystery writer of like 20 something books, she's like, this isn't how my detective would do it. So it's like, and he knows about her detective because he's read the series. So he's like playing around with it. And then there's town shenanigans going on that we'll save for a surprise that are just like really funny.
It really has a quirky feel. And I'm a quirky cozy fan, so
I haven't heard any. It has a 4-star rating average. I haven't, or well, that's the book one. I haven't heard of anybody talk bad about number one. So that's a 3.94. But yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear they're updating because I was like, it's not realistic to think that you're gonna live.
Yeah, it says in the synopsis that they're updating.
Oh.
Yeah, it says they're updating the cabin.
Well, she probably, didn't know if she was going to stay there. So why upgrade it update it if you're
if it was just a summer thing? Yeah.
No. I meant like once she decided to stay in book 2, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be interesting. They better be doing, and that's why
she had to have the cop detective side lady wash her hair in the creek because she couldn't wash her hair, and she's like, "Your hair stinks. I'm washing your hair for you."
That was funny.
Who did you say that you thought was the first scavenger hunt on here?
Oh, Hannah, Perilous Pal.
I don't see it. I'll find it in just a sec.
After all the race.
You've already read it, Hannah? Oh, I'm so jealous. I've been
and like 3 hours and like 3 hours on the airplane.
Wow.
I still have it on hold.
See, that's the normal size cover they put up. So
I have the ebook version from like Overdrive, but I just don't think I'm gonna have time to get to it. So
I have a 3-week wait on the audiobook. So it's book 2. So there's the room scenes. This is the room scene when you're inside the house. We're in a library and a desk. So read book 1. And I read book 1 last December, and it was like one of my favorite reads of the year. Like the narrator was amazing with all the voices, and it was just such a unique premise, and it was so good. And I know it was one of your favorites too, Tiffany, right?
I loved it. But like I said, Laura Bradford, who's also Elizabeth Lynn Casey, it's something about her writing style. It just clicks for me. Her and Julia Buckley, particularly. I love a lot of people, but for them, those two people, just the way they write just is right on par with what I like, I guess.
I liked it, but I wasn't a fan of the reluctant sleuth.
Yeah, and see, I felt like it was realistic because she's like, hey, I'm just trying to get a company going and like paying my bills. And then her friend is like trying to egg her on to do it.
Well, and I think that like I liked it too because it was refreshing because I think realistically we would all be reluctant sleuths. I don't think that like if I found a dead body, I'd be like, I bet I can solve this before the police.
Yeah.
And running around trying to get, and running around, especially being like, no, Storm, you're going to answer these questions. I'd be like, what are you talking? So I think I don't know. I found it refreshing, especially because I thought it was the most realistic you'd ever see. I think for the most part, people wouldn't be. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that comes from the fact that I am all about the mystery.
Yeah.
And I want them to just get in there and start solving the mystery. And it was driving me crazy. So I think that's probably part of it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But I'll read the synopsis. And so it's a friend for hire. So Emma Westlake has always wanted to be in business for herself. As a kid, she had her own successful lemonade stand and dog walking business. And when she entered adulthood, Emma sunk all her cash into her dream job of travel planning. But as her customers become more and more internet savvy, the need for her services decline. At a loss for what to do next, she turns to her elderly friend who suggests she try to get paid for doing something she's really good at, being a paid companion. Emma thinks it's a crazy idea until requests start pouring in. Big Max from down the block wants her to act as his wingman at the local senior center's upcoming dance. Nurse practitioner Stephanie needs a workout partner, and writer Brian Hill asks Emma to be his cheering section at open mic night. So then at the open mic, Brian is reading, and that's where the murder occurs, and blah blah blah.
I love Big Mac. He's just so cute.
Big Mike, yeah,
Big Mac.
or Big Max.
So
but yeah, so it's the premise is so unique, and the characters were great, the side characters, and I thought the mystery was good.
Sarah,
And
have you
also
read
the
this?
reluctant sleuth, like she turns out with the reluctant sleuth, she turns out that Brian was like like he wanted to just heckle people. So that's another thing. She doesn't know this guy. She has no connection. So it's like in other books, it's like, oh, it's their best friend is accused for murder, or they are themselves. So this is someone, she has no clue who he is. He just paid her for an event, and he turns out to be a douche. So she really is reluctant, and she's just trying to get a business going. So she's really reluctant to try to solve this murder. So that's where I thought it was realistic too.
Yeah, I agree, because she really had no information about him, except like literally like he was like, people are here are going to want to kill me after this. And he goes up and then he starts like literally like heckling the audience. Like
and then he drops dead.
The term that Roe uses perfect. I mean,
I know. I need to censor myself on these things.
But I agree too. And Sarah said, no, you haven't read. Sarah, this is another one that I really recommend.
And I think Hannah said she liked book 2 a little bit better than book 1, didn't she? I think so.
Oh. I have book 2 from NetGalley, so I will get to book 1 first at some point.
Yeah, and the audio version was wonderful, if you can find it.
So good.
Yeah.
Awesome, Hannah.
So Storm, did you want to go next?
Oh, I listened to Murder at the Mushroom Festival by Janet Finsilver, which is the 4th book in the Kelly Jackson series. It has a cute little dog on there, but there is a house in the background.
Yep. You look just behind the dog.
There's some mushrooms. Okay.
Yeah. And this one, it's somebody gets poisoned by mushrooms, of course. So.
It's book number 4.
This is a B&B series, right? Because I've read the first one.
Yeah, the first one was the Redwood Cove. The first book is free on Kindle Unlimited or $1.99 to buy if you're interested in the series.
Nice.
Yeah. So is she the innkeeper in this, or
in the first one she gets hired to run the B&B? She's not really sure, I don't think, at first if she was going to stay there permanently.
Yeah, because she gets hired to run the B&B because the person running the B&B is the murder victim. In book 1. So I think she just thinks at first she's just filling in while they figure out what they're going to do.
Yeah, because in the mushroom one, she's like, now that I'm a permanent fixture here, I think maybe the sheriff can call me, or the deputy or whatever could call me something besides, he's always saying Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson, Miss Jackson.
Storm, you'll be able to tell them there is a really fun senior group of citizens in this one, and I can't remember what they call themselves.
And I can't either. But
let me see.
I think it's the Silver Sentinels or something?
I think it's Centennials or something.
Silver Sentinels.
Yes.
Savvy gang, Kelly and a savvy gang of sleuthing seniors must uncover the truth about the secluded property before a tricky Kelly prepares another lethal surprise.
I have a hard time with the senior sleuths because I swear they all their little groups sound the same.
Yeah.
Sentinels or the Silver Six or the Silver List.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. That's why I was like, I know it's not the Silver Six because that's the crafting. But Storm, you're going to have to help me because, but I knew that they were there, and they're a really fun group and add a lot to the story, I feel like.
Yeah, and like the deputies like resign to the fact that they're going to do whatever they're going to do. And he's just like, will you just please tell me if you think you know something so I can investigate, because I don't want you to get hurt or all that stuff.
And that's that's so much better than him saying, stay out of it every single book. At least he knows, and he's like, just don't hurt yourselves. Just let
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's funny.
Yeah, I want to try
that, Storm.
4 stars.
Oh, good. Book number 1 is on my radar, so I haven't tried that yet.
It is fun. It looks like Melanie said that she read Death of a Kitchen Diva by Lee Hollis and gave it 4 stars. I love this series.
Amazing. I think a very good beginner cozy series. Also on Kindle Unlimited right now.
Oh, is it? That's a
Yeah.
great find on Kindle
And
Unlimited.
see, that's what I hate about Goodreads. You see that huge one we had at the beginning? This is the picture they give for that.
I know, right?
And at the beginning, it's huge and takes up the whole page. The buried in a good book. So yeah. So if you can't see, it's a room scene of a kitchen.
Yeah, it's like, why does it say enlarge? Because
Yeah, it's
not
the same
enlarged.
size. It's the same size, and you can't like make
Might
it
be
any bigger
smaller.
than I know of. Yeah, it might be. It might be smaller. And so you give it 4 stars. Yeah, so it's Bar Harbor, Maine, and Haley Powell is the main character, and she's a single mom, barely keeping her leaking roof overhead when her boss at the Island Times gives her a new assignment, taking over the paper's food column. Haley's not sure she has the chops. She's an office manager, not a writer. Even if her friends clamor for her mouth, watering potluck dishes, but the extra income is tempting, and Haley's chatty first column is suddenly on everyone's menu, with one exception. And then there's a rival food writer in the first one. So yeah, she's a single mom. She has 2 kids. She ends up writing a food and cocktails column for the newspaper she works at because she's the office manager. So in each one, she'll give you a recipe or a cocktail and a side story with like how she came up with it, an event that happened. And that's like that's something you don't actually skip. Like normally you'd skip the Hannah Swinton, but these ones, she always has a fun story to go with it. And that's one of my favorite parts. And just the writing is so good. All her friends, the side characters, so good. And in this series, there's a lot of growth. So like her kids are younger now. By the time you get to the current book, her kids are adults and moved out of the house. She goes through several relationships. So like there's
big changes.
Yeah, she goes through several relationships. Who she ends up with is like, you know, like it's so good. It's definitely a lot of growth.
So don't get attached to a relationship.
Yeah, don't get attached to her first relationship because she goes through several. And I remember I did. There was somebody I got attached to, and I was kind of upset. And I was like, "Oh, he seemed like such a good guy." And then she went to somebody else. But
well,
I like who she ends up with.
One of the series that I skipped around in, and
So
I
you were
think I even said this in the interview with him because I interviewed Lee Hollis, which is a brother and sister team, but I interviewed the brother Rick. He was amazing, by the way, and he was like, I said I skipped a couple of books because, you know, and then this book comes in from the library and I was like, I'm reading it. And she was like married to somebody. And who the person she was married to was shocking. I was like,
how did that happen?
I thought I read it wrong or it's printed wrong or I didn't know who. I was like, am I confusing this character with somebody else? Because this is not who I was like, a lot has happened. The other thing that I do want to say about this series is, Cozy, you can tell me if I'm wrong because, when you read so many cozies, you can get things mixed up.
Yeah.
But so there's the fun friends, and then the friends' moms are also quite a bit can be part of the stories too.
Yeah, and I think their moms are
friends.
I think their moms are like best friends.
Yes,
just like there's Liddy, Mona, and Haley. Yeah, and then so the moms show up in some of the books. They're not in every book. And then so in this one, Haley's brother is gay and he works at the bar, the local bar, Drinks Like a Fish that they all go to. And her brother, Haley's brother, his husband, Sergio, is the police detective. So it's not a boyfriend detective. And he's some type of Hispanic, Colombian, something like that. So he has a hard time with English because it's not his first language. So he'll get words mixed up when he's talking, and Haley will correct them. And it's just, they're delightful. I love them as a couple. I love him as the police detective. Just like every side character. And I've listened to the whole series on audiobook. It's one of my favorite audiobook series.
Yeah, it's a really good series. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I have like no complaints about it.
Sarah, what did you read?
I read Murder by Coffee. Is that what it's called? By Alex Erickson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Death by Coffee. Death by Coffee.
Oh,
That's what it's called.
You said that you had read some out of order, right? And then you came back.
Yeah,
to
I
it?
read 2 others in the series. I've read 2 others, Death by Pumpkin Spice and Death by something else. And it's not a series I absolutely love, but I mean, it's entertaining. I think I gave it like 3.5 or 4 stars. My biggest issue with it is the main character, Chrissy. Because like you were saying about the reluctant sleuth issue, like so in the first book, it's like the very first book, of course. So they've just opened this coffee shop / bookstore. It's her and her best friend. And this guy comes in and he's kind of a bit of a jerk. And then he ends up dropping dead after drinking her coffee. And it turns out it's something about peanuts. He had an anaphylactic shock. So she's not really fingered for the murder, but she wants to find out what's going on because it's the name of her coffee shop's reputation, right? But like she's getting up in his wife's face, like, who are you sleeping with? Like, lady, that's not your business. Like it like really overstepped the boundaries. Then there's a scene she's dating the cop and they break into a place together, like with the cop. And I'm like, what are you doing?
So we have the opposite. Then we have the overeager sleuth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't love it, but I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining. It was fun on audio. There's not a lot of them in the series. Not every book is fantastic.
I think there's 9 and book 10's coming out at this point.
Correct. Yeah.
It's like a dual coffee and bookshop. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's like the dream setting. So her father is an author, and his famous book is called Death by Coffee, and that's how they have it. So her friend runs the bookshop part and has that mean cat. He's the cat. Both the cat. Well, I think
Trouble is the name of the cat in the shop, and she has a cat named Mischief.
Okay, so her cat is the one that's a pain in the butt. Like it gets into everything.
Yeah.
And then she has an annoying neighbor that's like always spying on her.
This older lady. Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of hit and miss with the series. So 2018 was the year I went to only cozy mysteries. So this was one of the very first series I picked up. So I have a fond place for it just because it's one of my earliest. But I feel like if I read it now, a lot of things would annoy me. And so that's why I've been reluctant to pick up book 9, because I had read like all the ones that were out like back to back. And so I really like started to like it. And so now I'm like, oh, would it bother me? So I've been really reluctant to pick up book 9. So yeah, it's hit or miss. And then there's also a candy shop and with her friend Lance. I don't know.
I love the guy who runs the candy shop.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of fun elements to it. But then like the complaints I have been heard is about the main character. So like if you can get past the main character, everything else is great.
It's pretty delightful. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My reviews for this, I made it to the third one. I started out with 4 stars. I thought it was okay. Then book 2 is 3 stars, and book 3 is 2 stars. And then I'm like, I'm done.
Okay, yeah. Clearly, I'm not liking this.
Yeah, because there you are, right there. Yeah, so like 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 3, 3.5 for Sarah on the first book. So like 3.
I think I read the first one. Do you see me?
Okay, let me see. 57 of my friends have read it. So me. And
I feel like I read the first one a long time ago. Maybe I didn't.
Maybe you read it and didn't rate it. You know how that. I don't all the time.
You might have read out of order too.
Yeah,
you're not. Yeah, you're not on here.
Because I read, like I said, I read Death by Pumpkin Spice first, and the later ones that I read, I liked. And then going back to this first one, it was like it was okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the covers, like look at
the
these
covers.
Like the one, the Death by Pumpkin Spice. Like how could you not love that? Like the covers.
I read that I think last Halloween or something like that, right?
That's cute.
But they always show the shop cat because her cat is orange. And I'm like, but I want to see the shop cat or her cat.
Yeah, so Storm's her big problem is that as the main character. But yeah, so other people are still doing 4, 3, 5, like 4. Jane gave it 4. Some people gave it 2. So yeah, so just try it. And maybe start with book 2 or 3. Yeah. And if the main character doesn't bother you, because I think it's a fun series besides that. And so like I'm on book 9, which is like there's Death by Eggnog, Death by Tea, like there's, and then so the one I'm on is fall, so I'm gonna try to do it this fall. Hot apple cider, like the covers.
I have it from Met Galley, yeah.
The covers are just adorable.
Oh,
No,
I
they're
love
like-
that cover.
Right, and so it looks like perfect for Thanksgiving time. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna try
covers
it.
are all really, really pretty.
Right.
That's why
So-
I wanted to like it.
It's
I know,
been
right?
it's been about, I think it's been about 2 years since I've read a book in the series, and my tastes have changed a lot in that time. So because I read like 50 books a year, and then I went to reading almost 300 books a year. So like my tastes have like really changed. So I'm like really anxious to get back into it, but I'm gonna do it because I have fond memories of the series.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gonna do a couple more and then we'll do a sprint.
Yes.
And then we'll come back and do some more. Cajun said her scavenger hunt pick was Proof or Perish. Resort at Castaway Bay, number 5. Gave it 4 stars. Excellent. Kathy Daly.
I did a Kathy Daly too for mine.
Oh.
A different one. Oh no. See, stupid ad. There we go. Adorable.
They'll-
So we have
and also cute covers on these as well.
So we have a room scene. She's inside the resort with the snowman, and even there's a little Santa hat on the Castaway on the sea.
Nice.
Oh, gosh, adorable. So that's book number 5. This is a Kindle Unlimited series. I have tried. This is one of her series I haven't tried. I know. I think this is Lee's favorite series of hers so far.
I think so.
The first book is Truth or Dare. The main character is Sydney. She's a forensic psychologist, so that's a very unique job.
Mm-hmm.
Living in San Francisco, she moves to her hometown of Shipwreck Island and the resort owned and operated by her family after tragedy strikes, leaving her struggling for a way to make sense of things. After finding out about the assault of an old friend, which has left him in comatose, she renews her relationship with Ezra, a reclusive billionaire who enjoys poking around in cold cases and has the means to hire the people to find the answers no one else has been able to. And then so it goes on. So the one thing about Kathy Daly is if you're into the mystery, she's very mystery driven. So she still adds cozy elements, but her books are very mystery driven. And she's really good at tragic backstories.
Yes.
Every one of her main characters has a tragic backstory. So I feel like these are like cozy suspense or cozy thrillers. Like she's very good at writing that. And like in my book, we're like 30% in and there's no tragic backstory. And then one pops up. I'm like, there you go. So yeah, she's a very good writer. She's and she writes a ton. There's so many books. So if you're into mystery and interesting cases, and a lot of her series have overarching mysteries for the main character.
Yeah.
So you'll get a mystery in each book, but then as the series progresses, there's an overarching mystery that connects the whole series. So, and they're all relatively short. Like this is 142 pages, and she's so good at cramming a lot
she packs
into
a good punch for a short book.
Yeah, like into a short book, but it's not to where it's like you feel like you don't get answers. Like she can complete a full book in a short thing. And my favorite series so far has been her T.J. Jensen series, where she has to become the carekeeper of her younger sisters.
I'm caught up on. Woo, woo.
Yeah, you finally finished it. That's the only series available on audiobook from the library. Her other ones are, I think, on Audible. But the T.J. Jensen, she runs, they have like her family has an inn and she takes care of her younger sisters. And there's a really good family aspect. And I miss that family. So yeah. So if you haven't tried her, go ahead and give her a try.
Excellent. Lauren said, I read Bobbins and Bodies, rated it 5 stars. I don't know what series that is.
Me neither.
Sounds like a sewing one, though.
Oh, it might be that ACF. Yeah, there it is. The ACF book.
Oh, yeah. Those covers are cute too.
I did this author's bookstore one, like a mystery bookstore, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, cute cover.
Cool.
Yeah, there's the house, and it's Stitches and Crime. So I think it's Cross Stitch series.
Ooh.
Maybe.
It's not Kindle Unlimited, but I do know that these author has some books on Scribd. On Scribd, they have quite a few books on audio. So I'm not sure if it's male or female. This is book number 2.
With the bobbins, I was going for sewing because I know they have bobbins.
It's sewing.
Oh, it is sewing? Why does it say? Oh, it just says stitches and crime. So it's just regular sewing. But then there's like a cross stitch pattern.
Those are so cute. The covers are adorable.
The first book is free. It just says free.
Ooh,
So if you want to try book 1, it's right out free on Kindle. And if you have Scribd,
cross stitch.
let me see. So when salvage expert and historian Paisley Sutton crawls into an abandoned store and with a house attached, she certainly isn't expecting to find a dead body. But soon her discovery sends Paisley on an expedition through history that links this murder to the one that led the previous owners to abandon the building in the first place. And someone doesn't want her to salvage the story from the wreckage. So she doesn't say anything about that in book 1. So so she goes and salvage things into a story. And so there's another unique job. So maybe Lauren, if Lauren can tell us, is it?
Because, like the first one, Crossed by Death to me says cross stitch. And then there's one called Counted Corpse, Stitch X for Murder. Like,
but in the synopsis don't say anything about it. Yeah. So Lauren would have.
I was like, even book 2, the synopsis doesn't say anything about. Yeah. That's weird.
Well, Lauren, let us know.
We need more info, Lauren.
Yeah,
and I just grabbed the first book for free.
Because I'm like, so does she salvage stuff, and then she does like some type of needlework on the side,
which is fine. It's just out of curiosity.
Or is there a group of people that have a club or something? Like, yeah, interesting. So did you want to do another sprint or?
Yeah, we'll do another sprint at 25.
Okay.
So we're on an even number. Not that it matters, I guess, with the timer, but yeah.
And then Regina enjoyed it.
Regina said, I really enjoyed It Takes Two to Mango, which is the first book in the Trouble in Paradise series by Carrie Doyle. I DNF'd it. I'm glad that Regina enjoyed it because I really wanted an island cozy. I'm so sad.
You can't see. I just got to point out. There's the house. It's very small. It does count. And there it is right there.
Sure, it counts. Absolutely, Regina.
I'm glad. And
I don't remember. She goes to the island, and I can't remember why. She doesn't have a job, but she kind of forces someone to give her a job. I'm not the person to ask because I really was. You know what? The setting was obviously amazing. Everything was fine except the main character was atrocious, and that's all I can say about it. So I'll let Cozy just read it. And Regina said she does get better. And if you read I thought she was so atrocious that I went to Goodreads to see what other people were saying, and it was like, she's horrible, she's horrible, she's horrible. But then they also would say she got a little better, she got a little better. But I got to the point where I'm like, I don't care if she gets better. Right. I am finished. I am done. Right. So I'm glad Regina said that she ended up liking it. She ended up really enjoying it, and that she does get better. So I'll let Cozy read it.
It says, after Plum Lockhart's job as a travel magazine editor is eliminated in corporate cuts, she decides she's sick of the cold winters in NYC and the fruitless swiping on dating apps. What she needs is a dramatic change of scenery. On a whim, she accepts a job as a villa broker and moves to a beautiful Caribbean island. So it sounds, like the setting, because you don't see that a lot. So that sounds great.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's why I was so excited about it.
Yeah. However, Paradise isn't as perfect as it seems. The slow pace of island life, the language barrier, and a cutthroat office rival make Plum questioning leaving her old life behind. But when a client is found dead in the jacuzzi of Casa Mango, a property Plum manages, she knows she's really in a jam. With a killer on the loose on the island, Plum will have to deal with a stonewalling police chief, a string of baffling clues, and a handsome director of security to solve this deadly case. Yeah, so it gives no inclination that the character is like that. I see a lot of 4 and 5 stars. 3. So she must have. Then this one, the Cozy Bev, Cozy Read a Life Bev. So Bev from our group. I really wanted to like this book. The synopsis really piqued my interest. Vacation read, blah, blah, blah. My issue was the main character. She was snobby from the beginning, and it kept me from wanting to continue on. I tried to push through. Can't enjoy Cozy with main character I can't stand. Maybe in the future I'll try. So yeah, so that does happen. And so like you said, he's got so annoyed because Books
Well,
by the
even like if
Bay.
you look at like the 4 and 5 stars, I bet you some of them still point out the character.
Right.
Because she
Here's what I'd like to know. Would you just try book 2 and see if you like her, or are you
No.
just like, nope?
no.
Oh, so she's like, nope.
I was curious.
And I'm glad that she got better. And I was saying something about the book at work, and people are like, your job is to give people second chances. I'm like, this is real life. She's a fictional character. I don't
Yeah.
have to like.
I don't owe her anything.
Like, she doesn't exist.
Okay, so what do you guys want?
So
Ooh.
I'm going to be going downstairs to get me something to eat.
Okay, so just pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
Okay.
Food.
You want food?
Yeah.
I know they need new ones.
Food, toys. Who was it that thought I said food and boys? I was like, well, I'll take that
A
too.
couple weeks ago, yeah.
Take that too. Whatever.
So you guys get behind the scenes of all this. Oop. What did I do? Oh.
We'll remember there.
So she said she wanted 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Aw, she gets the cheese plate.
Nice.
Okay, Tiffany, you pick because you always pick last.
Okay. I wanted the cheese plate, so I'll take the soup. I feel like the soup's gonna be fast. Just saying. Weight wise, it's just broth, and I think I got a good chance.
Okay, Sarah, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Hamburger. Give me number 4.
Okay, and then I'll do 2, the salad. I feel like this is a very healthy round.
It
Even
is
the,
a very healthy
even the
round.
hamburger looks.
It's a
like it
veggie
might
burger.
be.
It's not a hamburger.
Exactly. It does. I was like, it might look like a veggie burger. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. All right, everyone. We will come back and continue the scavenger hunt. Happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Come on, soup.
I know it's neck and neck. You got the cheese plate, Storm. It's the veggie burger. And
All right.
And Sarah private messaged us and said she's finishing up lunch, so she'll be a few more minutes. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you won.
Yeah, here I am. I didn't know how long I was going to be.
Hopefully you didn't have to rush.
Did you get the chance to eat and everything?
Well, I'm still kind of eating a little bit. I just made ramen.
Okay.
Oh, you made ramen? Nice.
Yeah. So I texted Dad earlier, like while we were chatting, and I'm like, make your own sandwich. I don't have enough time to make yours.
And he's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, he goes, I don't know how.
Aww.
And I gave him the eye rolls, and he put a laughy face because I was like,
my husband's like, it tastes better when you do it. I put bread, meat, and cheese together the same way anybody else would do it.
Yeah, it's like he was like, can you make my scrambled eggs? And I'm like, you know how to whip it up and scramble them, but they taste better when you do.
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
Where's the bread at? Where do we keep the lunch meat?
The same spot.
For fixing his food so I don't have to clean up his mess.
Yeah.
Because like I just came down and he's like, oh, there went the mayonnaise. I dropped the mayonnaise. I said, well, make sure you pick the mayonnaise up, napkin.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not like, I'll make her clean it up.
Oh. I'm trying to. How did your guys' sprints go? I'm trying to find where we were in the comments while you guys are.
Since I was downstairs, I listened to how to Ride a Dragon Storm. It's number 7 in the How to Train Your Dragon. I'm like 20% into it. It's really short. It's like under 4 hours. So
nice. I did ebook. I'm on page 95 of Town in a Wild Moose Chase by B.B. Haywood.
Yeah.
I really like this series. The writing's really descriptive and cozy, and the town is really fun. There's always an event in each book. So in this event, it's wintertime, so there's like ice carving, and she's seen a wild moose around town. And then book 2.
Do you think I would like that series?
I think you might. There's a lot of mystery, but then there's also a lot of cozy. So it's mixed together. I don't think you'd be bored, because the whole book, like, everything's mixed. And in fact, I want more of her personal life because she lives with her father. Their last name's Holiday, so she's Candy Holiday, and her dad is Doc Holiday, and he runs a blueberry farm, and he's getting older, so she came back to help him. But I don't remember book 1 because it's been so long ago. But in book 2, there wasn't much of the blueberry farm. She's also a reporter on the side because the blueberry farm's slowing down. So she does the reporting for the money. She even bakes bread for the bakery for extra money. And so everyone knows her as a town reporter. So that's how she's able to get a lot of information, and people willingly talk to her with the sleuthing because she's the town reporter and it's a small town. So in the book 2, it was a lobster stew cook-off, and there was so much mystery, but the way the mystery is done, it's really enjoyable. And so you didn't get much blueberry farm there either. And then now it's winter time, so you're not going to have a blueberry farm. So I'm like, does she actually work on the blueberry farm? Because I haven't seen it.
That's a series that when I was thrifting, I bought I think the first 4 or 5 of them in paperback. They were
the covers are.
And
the covers are overall
amazing.
As a series, I think my favorite covers of Cozies as a series.
Yeah, I think Tiffany would absolutely love it. Book 1 is available on audiobook. All the others were never made available. Okay. So you'd have to get your device to read it to you. But I think you enjoy it. I think it's not food centered, and it's mostly the town and the mystery. But the writing's really cozy. She walked up to the door and she said there was a wreath on the door and this and this. So it's the writing's descriptive in that way. But yeah, the characters are great in the town, and each book is an event in the town. So that's what's really cool. I think
I would love that.
You would love that. And so right now there's ice carving and all that, and yeah. So that's what I wanted to read for my scavenger. Sorry.
What
how did your
read?
guys' sprints go? Okay, let me share the screen.
And don't let me forget that I have Sherry's pick.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I put in
I got less than a chapter read because I went down to make my lunch, and then my mom started talking to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah.
I know by the time I looked at the clock, there was like 10 minutes left. I was like, oh no.
I know. These are always like shorter times on Saturday, and it does feel like you get situated, and if any one thing happens, you look up and you're like, crap, there's 5 minutes left.
No,
but then
I am reading.
Yeah. But I think people like that because we know, like, we get all chat and everything.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's like, well, if I know we're just making like sandwiches like that, that's why I'm told Dad, you can just make your own. But if I have to like make something else, then I make it. But I'm like, you can make your own sandwich.
Get your own sandwich.
Okay, so I did. Oh. I did. This was my Christmas book pick for Christmas in July readathon, and it ends up being a room scene, so I went with that. The Christmas Letter by Kathy Daly.
That is cute.
Yeah, inside that she always has her animals. Oh yeah, that's another thing. She loves animals. Like all her main characters have animals. So it's a Tess and Tilly series, another Kindle Limited series, 184 pages. And the main character, it takes place in Montana. That's one of the reasons I picked it up, because the Cozy Road Trip, Montana is really hard to find. I think the only other one is that mercantile store one.
Oh, Leslie Budowitz.
Yeah, so like Montana is really hard to find. And she is the mail delivery person, so the mail carrier for the town. So it's a small town of White Eagle, Montana. So she's like, everybody knows everybody. And she has her golden retriever. She's Tess, so that's Tilly. So Tilly's the dog, and she takes her around on her mail route with her, even in the snow, because it's snowing in this one. And so what I really liked is she'll go around to like the library, all the stores in the town, and drop off the mail. Hold on. My A device was going off for the alarm. So she'll she'll go to the the grocery store, deliver the mail, this people's house, deliver the mail. So she's talking to the people, and she goes to one of her favorite town residents to deliver the mail and finds him dead. And so that's where it is. Yeah. And then, so there's she ends up finding an injured kitten. The kitten's fine. And she takes him to the veterinarian. It was always the old town vet. Well, he retired, and his cute son or nephew, whoever it is, takes over. So now there's the cute new hunky vet in town. So that's going to be love interest. I really liked it. There's an annual Christmas festival. The only thing is I wasn't too into the mystery. But like I said, she's really good at writing the mysteries. So it was fun. I'd give it 3 stars. A good start to a series. It's a very long series. I think there's like 20-something books.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, actually 14. I swear there is more. Maybe it's another series I'm thinking. So there's 14 so far.
Still, that's a decent amount.
Yeah, and the next one's Valentine. And they all, okay, look at this. So Christmas, then the Valentine mystery, then Mother's Day mishap, Halloween house, Thanksgiving trip, St. Patty's Day, Halloween, Christmas, then the puppy project, then wedding, then baby, then ghost. So they're all like holiday, and so
I feel like she does that in her other series too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the series for Melmac.
Right?
Yeah. So like Valentine's Day, but I don't want to wait to read the
No,
second one
because
that
Melmac
long.
would be like just sitting there twiddling her thumbs because she's like, can't read till February.
Well, okay, because they get you because it goes Valentine's, then Mother's Day, and then Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, and then St. Patrick's Day. So then you'd have to wait.
But she has all her other seasonal ones that she can read in between.
Right?
But yeah, it says if you love small towns and daring relationships. So it was fun. I'd recommend it. Really quick read. You could get it done in like a couple hours. So
nice. Cornflowers that are scavenger hunt pick was the same one as me. Buried in a Good Book by Tamara Berry. She also loved it. Excellent. And she said thank you for the app because she also uses Android.
Awesome.
Susan G said my scavenger hunt pick is reserved for Murder by Victoria Gilbert, Book Lovers B&B. I rated it 4 stars. Okay. So the main character is Charlotte in that one. If I remember, I don't know why. I think that's the name, Charlotte. I don't know why I remember it. I could be totally off.
I think you might be right.
and Charlotte inherits. Is it Charlotte? Before I keep
Yeah,
talking,
it is
Okay.
Charlotte.
She inherits a B&B from like an aunt, and it's literary themed, and so she has a lot of like events that are literary themed at the B&B. So she invites authors to maybe speak or, you know, signings, that sort of thing. You can read.
This-
I don't remember much more of the actual synopsis of the first one.
Right.
I will say I like this series, but I don't think it's the most cozy. The main character, Charlotte, she like hates her life almost to a point. You're just like, if this was my B&B person, I think I would
wouldn't
go
stay
and
there.
stay at the Super 8 or what. I
Your
don't know.
Yelp
Is there-
reviews going right
I mean,
down. Let me
right.
tell you.
Right? But she, you know, and so, you know, that's not normally what you would get in a cozy, and you know, she just. But she inherited it, so it's not like she went out seeking to like work at a B&B or like run a B&B. It was like, hey, but you could have sold it if you really, you know.
Right?
So
But
anyways.
it's not just that she's unhappy at the BB. She seems to just not like her life, like you said. Yeah, I gave this 2 stars. I've read up to book 2. I don't think I'm gonna continue. Yeah, that's my issue with this series, has been the main character, and then like not cozy enough, like you said, for me personally.
Christy?
So book number 1 is Booked for Death. It takes place in North Carolina. Chapter's Bed and Breakfast is built in 1770, newly renovated inn, hosts a roster of special events celebrating books, genres, and authors. Perfect literary retreat. And then the first book, a rare book dealer turns up dead. And yeah, it doesn't say much. And then it just talks about the mystery. And just as Charlotte has successfully learned the B&B business in a year, but nothing prepared her to handle a death on the premises. And then I feel like there was something with a neighbor.
There is.
Like her and her neighbor. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, there is. And Susan, that one that Susan read was number 2, and she said
Yes.
she gave it 4 stars. Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, she's a popular writer. She has Victoria Gilbert, and you've interviewed her. She was delightful. She has her other series, but I haven't tried, the Blue Ridge Library.
It's
and
much
there's
better.
there's 7 books in that. So
I enjoy that one a lot better.
Yeah. I haven't tried. I've been reluctant to try that one because I tried this first. But yeah, no, in a industry today when it's hard to even get 3 books, she's gotten 7, so I'm sure it's a loved series.
Yeah, I enjoy the Blue Ridge a lot more. I just,
And
you know,
Fatal Booking book 3 in the Book Lovers just came out this year.
which I am caught up and read. So.
Oh, did you like 3 any better?
You know, I gave them all 3 stars, I think. You know, I haven't. Yeah, I mean,
It's just one of those a series that you might read, but it's just okay.
Yeah, like it's still a fine series. It just doesn't one of your favorites,
right?
Which there's nothing wrong with it. If we loved everything, it'd be boring.
True, Melmac. I love the cover of this book.
I know.
Melmac said that she read The Wallflower by Lorraine Bartlett. Number 2 in the Victoria Square, who's also like Lorna Barrett, and she's got like 3 different like ways she says her name and writes under. Which, if you're gonna do it, like, I don't know, pen.
At least one of the ways she does it, I think she has like suspense novels. They're not cozy.
Well, no, that's her other name. It's like Elsie.
Okay,
there's Elsie something. But the Lorraine Bartlett and the Lorna Barrett, at least they're like close together. And then the other one, I think, she writes a different genre.
Okay.
But yeah, no, House on the Cover, this one is delightful. And I believe this series only has 2 books and then a novella.
I
with
do
a very disturbing title, the novella's title.
Really?
It's called Panty Raid.
Oh.
Ooh, no, that's no.
And I was like, I'm sure that's the same series.
I
and Melmac goes,
that's
that's the same
series.
Right? No, it's not.
Is
Me
it not?
and Melmac were discussing it.
I don't remember that. I read this.
So I do want to say Melmac.
Oh no, wait. You're right. That is a different series. That's her bait one. Okay, you're right. But that is a cozy series.
Sorry, I was just like, I don't think that was.
What is that series?
The one. It's like
Bait?
a bait. Lotus.
Yeah, Lotus something. I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe that's her other initial because not as
I'll
one
look it up.
but
I'll
it is
look
a
it up on
cozy
my own.
series. Yeah.
But Mel Mac said she rated this one 3 stars. She liked the main character and some other chat, but there are several rude, annoying characters. To it.
Oh.
Yeah, I've read like a couple of books in that series, and then I think I was getting them on audiobook, and then none of them came out on audiobook at the time, and then so I forgot about it, and I never went back.
I wasn't sure what it was about because it's like Victoria Square, but
and Mel Mac can maybe tell me if I'm wrong because I started this series at one time. I don't think I even finished the first book. It's not that I like DNF'd it. It was literally like I just set it aside. If I'm thinking of the right book, and Mel Mac, you can tell me. I feel like it was very confusing because the square had a lot of different like things within it, and I couldn't. I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was cohesive. And maybe I'm thinking of something completely different.
Well, then Synopsis is so the first book, the last thing Katie Bonner wanted was to become the manager of Artisan's Alley. When her business partner Ezra is found bludgeoned to death, she has no other choice. Business under Ezra has been faltering, but wasn't enough to provoke someone to murder. So it sounds like she's the manager of this Artisan's Alley, which would be fun if each book focused on a different shop.
So I gave it 3 stars, it says here. So.
It just says manager of Artisan's Alley and amateur sleuth. But then it's confusing because the books like Dead Bath and Beyond, like they don't sound like it goes together.
I don't know. Well, here's one of my thoughts. It says I thought it was had a solid mystery and was really good, but I would say the one thing I didn't care for was how Katie thought she knew more than the detective.
All right.
And then this book number 2 says if Katie's husband had invested all their savings into the crafts for Artisan Alley, Webster Mansion could have been hers to remodel a bed and breakfast. Instead, that dream belongs to another young couple. And then there's, yeah. So I'm curious. So I don't even know what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I'm curious. It's still on my TBR because I don't know what it's about. And if each one is about a different shop, that would be fun.
Yeah, and she gave it 3 stars. To me, kind of thinking about it in the way that I feel like it's like along the lines of a that series that we just all read together. Oh, the Bygone Alley. Like that's what I had in mind, where if the different shops were each book. But I don't know.
I read the second one and I still didn't like her attitude towards the police detective. So maybe that's why I couldn't read it.
But then on another note, as Lorna Barrett, I'm on book 4 of her Booktown mystery and I love that series. So that's a whole street of bookshops, and each shop is a different, there's a mystery bookshop, a romance bookshop.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And then even the diner has and the coffee shop are book themed. So it's like a book themed street town. And I think those are very well done. The mysteries are well done. I like the characters, and I feel like she makes interesting characters to where they can annoy you, but then you like their relationship grows on you, with this, because it's 2 sisters, and yeah. So I like her writing on that one. Lotus Bay is the series. The other one. It's a 2-book series with 2 novellas, and the 0.5 is called Panty Raid.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
And then she also has Life on Victoria Square series, and isn't that one that's called? So there's a Victoria Square mystery series, and then she has Life on Victoria Square series. So she has a lot of series to look into. Oh, there we go, another one.
All right, well, thanks, Mel Mac. Cav read the first book in the Kelly Jackson or Johnson series that Storm read. So Murder at Redwood Cove, that by Janet Finsilver that we talked about earlier. Kelly Jackson, thank you. She goes to the B&B and takes over when the manager of the B&B is murdered in the first one. And Cav said 4 stars. This was a library find, and I have the next book on order. That's awesome, Cav. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, Tiffany read it when we did our B&B pick.
Yeah.
Oh, and there we go. There's the Blue Ridge.
That's what I was just thinking too. Murder for the books. Blue Ridge Library Mystery #1 by Victoria Gilbert. 3 stars. Love the setting and characters, but the mystery was all over the place. I'll continue with the series.
And then there's the you got me.
Mm.
It's like they put it everywhere. So there's the library scene with the desk and the smoking gun. Awesome. And so does she? I just want to see real fast. Does she works at the library probably?
Mm-hmm.
She manages the public library. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And Victoria Gilbert was a librarian before she came in office.
Oh, so there's I don't want to read it because it's all about the mystery. Like they tell you exactly who dies and everything. And the first one says there's that's what she's saying. Mysteries all over. It's a cold case. So there's probably a 1925 murder. So it's probably a cold case and a current thing.
Yeah,
and then it can
Y'all
get
know
confusing.
how I feel
sometimes.
about those cold cases.
Yeah.
Which is why I was about to say with the other series, that one that we just got done discussing, or whatever, the Wildflower, it's a cold case.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Or you know what? Mel Mac did tell me that. She said that the other day that it was a cold case.
Maybe just start with book number 2 because it's October and there's a heritage festival going on, and
I would love that. And you know, I read. For me, I read for the coziness, anyways. I mean, I like the mystery, but it's secondary to me, anyways. So
yeah, it doesn't look like there's a cold case in number 2.
Nice. Well, Megan gave it 3 stars. She said she's going to continue. Amy said, I got sidetracked on my scavenger hunt pick. Book I picked does the RV camper on the front of the Campers and Criminals by Tanya Kappas count. I have read the first 4 books this week.
Yeah.
Wow, Amy.
She really started.
That's amazing. I mean, it's technically the home. I mean,
it might not be her home, but yeah, it's a RV. It's a RV park. So
yeah. You know, they. I mean, some people. She lives there, so
yeah.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, this is a really fun series. The main,
really fun.
I'll let. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I don't.
The main character is Mae West, not the actress.
No relation.
No relation. She was married to a very prominent businessman. He had basically cheated people. He goes to prison for a white collar crime for, embezzlement. And she is left with nothing because they seized all the assets except for the campground in Normal, Kentucky, which is where this takes place. And so she takes over the campground because she has nothing else, but she improves it so much. Like even within the first book, she's, revamping it and all this stuff. And she's really trying to give back to the people that her husband swindled. And I mean, she had nothing to do with it. She didn't know what was going on, that sort of thing. There's some great, I personally think this is so cozy. It just there's some aspects like with the laundry ladies, there's a group of, kind of gossipy, women, and they talk the case and they talk about each other and the campground and everything. I really like at night they have these potlucks where they share their food and with everyone, and everyone comes and chills, and it feels very
I legitimately want to live there.
Yeah, I would want to live there.
I want her camper. I want to live there. You know what I mean?
I love it.
And the laundry club isn't just you go do your laundry, but they also have book club, and they'll sit and knit and yeah. And she was she liked these people, she wanted to just sell it off, fix it up, but she loved these people, so she wanted to stay. She started selling all her fancy clothes because that's all she had left to make money for improvements. And now after book 1, it's become a tourist attraction again, and it's just a very cozy vibe. Yeah, the Kindle Limited series, they're all pretty short.
They're all available on audio.
She ends up getting a dog because in one of the books she was watching the dog for a very rich woman, and the woman was breeding the dog, and the dog
pure breed,
and the dog was purebred, and wore necklaces sort of picture there, if you will.
Dog.
And May, something happened and the dog got pregnant, And basically the lady's like, I don't want her back. She's ruined. She's
yeah.
ruined.
I love how they're like a dog from the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah.
She's like...
and so now May has this dog. There's just so much about
It's
this.
so good.
And I didn't know this until last month when I was doing research for new releases. She has a spinoff to this series, but it's about the reporter that's always hounding May. I think Violet isn't that her name or something?
Have I met her yet? Because I feel like there's a male reporter right now. I'm only on book 4.
No, this is a female reporter. And she's like kind of hounds May at different crime scenes. And she is the spinoff. And the spinoff is all holiday books.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. She has so many series.
Yeah.
She writes
the first one is.
I think it's just called Holiday Cozy. It doesn't say like Campers and Criminals. It doesn't say anything like that.
The first one I think is like
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
I have it. So if I can just think of the title.
This is a series that I need to try the second book because
you really do.
You do, because I was not sold on the first book, and like just like who Anne. So and now look, she's read 4 in a week.
Yeah, they're really, really easy to because they're relatively short.
I can't find it.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking.
Book 2 is called Mother's Day Murder.
Okay.
Book 1 is the St. Patrick's Day, but it just pulled up book 2 when I typed in. Oh, book 1 is called 4-Leaf Felony.
I knew it had something to do with
felony.
Yeah, and like that was just now she already has like 3 books planned for that. Like just came out.
Yeah, Halloween Homicide is book 3.
Yeah. Violet running some appearances from the beloved Laundry Club ladies. Okay.
And the first book is available on audio.
Oh, awesome. I just wonder when like I can jump in with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even know they existed.
Because I don't want to be spoiled on anything.
And she writes like 1 a month, so this could have just started a couple months ago, and it'd be the 3rd book out.
Like I'm on book 7 or 8 now, and I haven't met this Violet character yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've met her yet. Okay, so wait till you meet Violet.
Yeah,
I thought there was
I'm sorry.
Reporter.
I mean, it's not like some surprise. She's a reporter.
Yeah.
Sorry if I.
No. I don't think it's a spoiler, but it would be nice to meet her in the Campers and Criminals first before we
get
you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, just in case there is any kind of spoilers, kind of like with the Amanda Flowers with her spinoff one, you can get spoilers for some of the books in the Amish Candy Shop series if you read those first or whatever. So.
Do you not, please?
Well, thank you for sharing, Amy, and I'm very, very happy that you're enjoying it. Is that a kitty?
Yes, the giant annoying cat.
Aww.
Sit down. Thank you. Jesus. He's 30 pounds of annoying.
Oh, wow. My scavenger hunt pick had a house on the cover, A Dead End by Keely Bates, #1 in the Saints and Strangers 4 series. 4 stars. Got a bonus where there was a mention of my children's paternal Mayflower ancestor. Wow. I'd never heard of this.
Let me see the genre. Where does it say on here? Mystery, cozy mystery, romance, contemporary, thriller. So women's fiction. It looks like it has a bit of everything.
Wow.
It's labeled as. So but it says a Saint and Strangers cozy mystery at top. So that's what it's marketed as. It doesn't say Kindle Unlimited. It just says Amazon. It looks like there's only 3 books so far. Kit Wilder is all washed up at the ripe old age of 23. Blackballed by the producers of her hit TV show, she returns home to the fluent town of Westdale, chock full of Mayflower descendants, to enroll in college and lead a quiet life, until she discovers a skeleton in her house. Kit quickly finds herself embroiled in a murder investigation led by the handsome detective Romeo. With the help of her new neighbors, Kit channels her former character, hotshot detective Ellie Gold, in order to solve the murder so she can get back to renovating her house and avoiding the Mayflower madam, who also happens to be a hypercritical, gin swilling mother. Oh, but to be her mother. Oh, okay. So she sounds like she played a detective in the TV show that she got canceled from. So now she gets to be a detective in real life.
Well, that sounds fun.
So the first book is
She
free
gave it 4
on
stars.
Oh, the first book is free
on Kindle.
Okay, awesome.
And the other cover has a house behind her. There's a different cover on Kindle.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah.
Ah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I didn't even pay attention to that. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, and now it says free. So there you go. There's a house. That's much more cozy, that cover.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
cool.
it's Annabelle Chase, who writes a lot of paranormal cozies.
Oh, okay.
So Annabelle Chase writing as Kelly Bates. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's fun.
Gotcha.
Because I know who
Alright,
she
cool.
is.
Hi, Dream. It's good to see ya. Jillian said her scavenger hunt pick was Death of a Wicked Witch by Lee Hall, which is the Haley Powell series that we talked about earlier. She said she gave it 4 stars and she's officially caught up. So she said her future scavenger hunt picks will be a different series.
Yeah, the new book comes out this month. I'm so excited.
We usually sprint till around 3-ish. These days are a little bit shorter with sprints because we do more of the scavenger hunt and all those things. But somewhere around there, Snazzy. It's good to see ya. There's the cover, the one that she just read.
Oh, the little witch hat on the dog. Oh my gosh.
That's
Isn't
the
that
only
cute?
one of that series I've read is Death of a Wicked Witch.
Number 13.
Yeah, I have to go back and start the beginning because
Number
you met
13.
me, right?
Yes. No, you have to. I'm so proud of you for trying to go back. This is one where I feel like you like a lot happens to where you
Yeah.
grow attached to.
You don't want to be like me and be like, I seriously thought, Sarah, that I had missed a big thing. The person that she's married to is kind of a shocker if you hadn't have followed. If you've been reading maybe in order, it wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Because you would have saw the trend, but like I was like, wait, what? And then I thought, it was such a shocker to me. I thought I was thinking of the wrong person. I was like, okay, I got the characters mixed up. I did not, but now I understand.
That's
But really, really good on audiobook. And I don't think they're too long.
It is really good on audiobook.
Yes, I agree.
And Cozy made a good point. A lot of times you always like skip those, in between recipes at the chapter. Don't skip those because it's part of the actual like book to read her anecdote about like how the recipe came to be or when she used the recipe or what was going on or the wedding, or it's just little like things that you'll really want to.
And that's all the sister writes. So Rick writes the story and I forget her name, Holly. She writes the columns.
And side note, Rick's first job when he was 24 was writing for the Golden Girls.
So there you go.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
He got to do Rose's like the Trouble with Ernest or something. Her one speech. I forget what. He got to write one of Rose's famous things.
Yeah. So it's the episode where she's dating someone who's impotent, and
that one,
one of the best. It was one of like people's favorite episodes, and he was one of the ones that was the main writer for that. And he said that his office. We'll get back on topic, I promise. I just want to say this part. He said his office was smack dab in the middle of Sean Cassidy and Angela Lansbury. He's like, I was a 24-year-old guy writing for a series about 50-year-old women, and my office is in between Sean Cassidy and Angela Lansbury.
That's hilarious.
Murder She Wrote.
Amazing.
Murder She Wrote, and he goes to write murder mysteries. Like,
I love it.
He had the best stories.
He did.
It was a really fun interview. Anita said her pick was Killer Edition by Lorna Barrett, gave it 4 stars. Is that part of the series you were talking about?
Yeah, the Booktown that I love. I feel like a lot of us are channeling each other. Like we're either reading the same authors or different. It's funny today. This is number 13.
Okay.
Cool.
So Sarah, did you say yours?
Yes, I did. Death by Coffee.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we've all said ours. And look, we get Ice Planet Barbarian ads now.
Oh my. Regina said she loved Murder at the Beacon Bake Shop. That's so Darcy Hannah.
Okay.
You know, the great grandmother tried to communicate, but she also tried to appear to her. So the ghost element is definitely there.
Tried to appear. Okay.
I have Sherry's if you want me to.
Okay.
It's let me get it. It's Three Widows and a Corpse by Deborah Sennenfelder.
Oh yeah.
I really like that series.
And she didn't give me like the rating at first, and so I said, "Okay, did you like it? Because Tiffany will ask."
Yeah,
I will ask.
And so she gave it 4 stars. So. But her daughter just got home today from New York, and so she wanted to spend the day with her and like hear the stories that she probably has from
whatever, Sherry.
So if you can see, beautiful cover, The Greenhouse. This is what I'm up to. I need to read 4. I really enjoyed the series. We read the first one last year for and then I remember the first book was a lot, but then everything was started to be resolved in book 2. She's a food blogger. So she has like a blog online, and there's I feel like there's a lot of like, it's really good, like getting you invested in her personal life with the drama going on in her personal life. That's what I really like about the series. The first book is Kindle Unlimited free right now.
Nice.
Yeah, this was one where I really got into her. I was way more into her life than I was mysteries, because like I was like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, that was the one that I think I gave 3 stars to, because I wasn't.
Yeah. There's the first book. There's a love triangle, but then it gets resolved.
Yep.
And then I was so invested in the romance part. I was like, what's gonna happen? So I really want to get back to. There's only 5 books right now, so I really want to get back to book 4 and 5. And I think Hannah really liked this series, and she's read them all.
Is this the one where she has what was the one that we read that she had a TV show called The Farmer's Daughter?
Oh, that's
That was the one that had the Bake Off or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that?
I can't think of her name. Peach, no, something Clobbered. I can't think of her name. Something
Clobbered, was it? Or
Anna,
Courtney what? Courtney Archer?
Oh, Courtney Archer writes the Vermont Soup series. Is that the same one?
No, that's Connie.
Oh. Never mind. Oh man.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
The one time both of our memories fell.
Right.
Rosemary Ross, Courtney Archer is the series. Okay, so I got that right. But not the author.
Yeah.
Rosemary Ross is the author. Courtney Archer is the series. The first book called Cobblered to Death. Yeah. She has a TV show where she acts like the farmer's daughter, but she's really not a farmer's daughter. So if Paula Dean told you she wasn't Southern, so she's so scared to like not to like tell people. But there was just so much going on, and it was like a live TV like cook-off thing, and it was weird.
Yeah. I did like it.
Did you do book 2? Because I've been hesitant to try book 2.
I don't remember. I seriously, I have to look on Goodreads half the time anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so food blogger series I recommend.
Yes. I didn't mean to get off topic, right? I asked because we read those at the same time. They were like against each other, so I didn't know which ones I was mixing up with the 2 books.
I gave that one 5 stars. That's back when I still rated on Goodreads. Wow, I gave book 2 5 stars and book 3 4 stars.
Wow. Yeah, that is good. Melmac said, Regina, I did too. I liked book 2 a lot also, but not as much as book 1. My copy of book 3 just shipped. It's an August TBR. I think she's talking
about the Darcy Hannah one.
I think so, yeah. I'm waiting for book 3 too. And then she Elizabeth said, never mind, she got her video to work. I just got buried in a good book. Yay. That's awesome, Regina. I really hope you enjoy it. My scavenger hunt pick is The Way of the Wicked by Ellery Adams, book 2 in the Hope Street Church series. And then while you're pulling it up, she said, I did finish the first 3 Hope Street Church books. It's a clean series with some mentions of faith, but that aspect is more superficial. I would not consider these Christian books.
Yep, that's what I said. I don't consider them Christian books.
Oh, I love that cover. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
It is really
beautiful kitchen scene.
The last thing she said was, but I did really enjoy the mysteries and the characters. I will listen to the other 3 and finish this series.
Amazing.
I would be curious to see what she thinks of the latest book.
Oh, why was it like different?
Yeah, because she didn't publish for a while in that series, and then she published this later one like last year, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so like there was a little bit of a character change that I was just like, oh, okay.
It just felt like disjointed. Yeah. Book number 1 is The Path of the Crooked. And welcome to Hope Street Church, where friendships are formed, fresh starts are encouraged, and mysteries are solved. Cooper Lee was at a crossroads. Her boyfriend of 5 years had just left her for another woman. She was living in an apartment above her parents' garage, and her job as a copier repair person, that's what I remember, was feeling a little, repetitive. Hoping for a fresh start and a new outlook on life, she joins the Bible study group at Hope Street Church. The last thing she expects while studying the Bible is a lesson in murder.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the first book was 2014.
Yeah, and the Bible study group are like the sleuths and stuff in it. So.
Oh, okay. So it's like the friends. And you gave the first book 4 stars in 2016. Nice.
Okay. It sounds really fun. And I like, I know, Elizabeth said it's not really ended up being faith-based. But whether it is or not, it means no mind to me. I don't mind if they are, and I don't mind if they're not. But I like books that are like in church settings. But I really like when books are, I don't know why, like the main character is like a religious figure, a priest, a rabbi, whatever. There's a really fun bagels. Well, not bagel. It's a deli series. Deli?
Delia Rosen?
No, so the main character is a rabbi's wife, and the rabbi is deceased.
I think I've heard you talk about that.
The author's name is Sharon Khan. I don't know why I remember the author's name. I cannot remember what the series is called. They owned like a Jewish deli, I think it was, and it was really fun series. It's much older, but it's really underrated and really fun. I never talk about that series, but I probably shouldn't.
See, in this series here, the last one that had been published was 2016, and then she published one like in 2020. So there was like a big gap, and so you thought things are one way, and then you get into it, and it's like, did I miss something through all those years that they weren't there?
Or like you'd have to reread the whole series and then the last book, because a lot you can forget a lot in 4 years. But yeah, Ellery Adams' writing is really unique and really beautiful and different. Yeah.
So where I got that in my head when I said bagel, that other series, it's called Ruby the Rabbi's Wife, and the first book is called Fax Me a Bagel.
The way our brain remembers things. Fax me a bagel.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Instead of fix me a bagel. Okay.
But I can't tell you the main character's name in the book I read yesterday.
Yeah. I know. I'm like before I got on the live or whatever, I was doing like vlog, and I was talking about the murder at the Mushroom Festival, and I'm like, and David or Daniel or something. I mean, I just finished it last night, and I can't remember the dude's name.
It's true. So the coworker that I always talk about that's from Poland, he is doing a doctoral program starting up in August that is for specifically like neuropsychology. He wants to work with like dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff like that. And so that's like short-term memory, right? So I went into his office and I was like, okay, I feel like my short-term memory is doing this. And I'm like telling him, and I've told you how he is. And I go, what does this mean? And he turned around and he looked at me and goes, it means you are dying. Great face. I was like, and I was like, what? He's like, it means you are dying. And I was like, and he's like, Tiffany, he's like, think about this. We all die. I was like, so basically you're telling me it means nothing. He's like, yes, between the
Oh my god.
I was like,
I was
oh my
figuring he
God,
was
don't tell
probably
me.
telling you it means you're getting older.
You know?
And you will die.
Yeah, but that's a
eventually.
very interesting way to say it. Yeah.
Right?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like, oh my gosh. I was like, you're
Like now or later? Like
right, exactly. I mean, he was totally messing with me, but he's so deadpan that you don't know. And I'm like,
And with his accent just makes him sound more serious.
it does. And it totally does. The accent makes him sound more serious, and it always makes him sound more like definitive when he
Mhm.
speaks, like very like and I'm
this
like,
is the way it is.
yeah. And I'm like, can I get a second opinion, please?
My allergies
Are you a
back.
doctor or
Yeah. I'm like, that's a very like Frasier and Niles answer. Like,
right? Yeah.
Right? Oh. You just reminded me, Sarah, when you said you are a doctor. Are you a doctor? That episode in Friends where Ross is always is like, I'm a doctor, and Rachel says something like, "Oh yeah, well, if I ever get real sick, I want the dinosaur guy to help me," or something like
Yeah,
that. It was
yeah.
pretty funny. Elizabeth said, but I did really. Oh, that's the one I just read. Sorry. Just a reminder, I created a discussion on the Buddy Read Discord for a Perilous Past. Some of us, myself included, won't get to it for a while either, but the discussion is open now. Ooh. Yeah. I'm hoping as soon as I get it, I'm going to, well, I'll read it after Cozy reads it.
Well, you'd probably finish it before I do. Your hold for The First Cheese Shop came in by Karina Moss.
Did it?
Just today, yeah.
I'm going to start it as soon as I finish Deadly Summer. I'm so excited. Elizabeth said, oh, and I rated all 4 stars. Sherry said, hello, ladies. Don't know if I'll read today, but I'm here for the chatting. I've been sick for the past 2 weeks. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. Amy said, the Campers and Criminals series counts. Book 1 was okay. Read for me wasn't my favorite, but I decided to go on to book 2 and it got so much better for me. 3 stars on 1, 2 through 4 have been 4 stars. Nice. I was attached to the veterinarian.
Oh, on Tess and Telly. Yeah, I really like. I have a feeling they're gonna be together. That's why I love the cozy part of the Kathy Daly book I just read.
If not, I did read Death. Okay.
Yeah, I loved it. Awesome.
Hermione, hello. I was not a big fan of Death of a
Aw.
Kitchen Diva. Oh boy.
Well, maybe try book 2 and you might.
Yeah,
like it.
and you're not. We're not always gonna like everything. That's okay. You missed her.
I saw Tiffany shoot it. Oh, I don't know.
I'm not.
I think Amy was thinking that she wasn't sure if you saw her comment about what she liked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, book 2 doesn't involve cross stitching, but the book series has to do with a friend store that sells yarn. I think the titles are a bit off from what the books are actually about. That's the one that we couldn't decide if it was.
But I'm just saying, if you're trying to draw people in because they think it has something to do with needlecraft and it's a salvager, it's weird. Yeah.
I would read it for that sole purpose, and then I'd probably
just that her friend has a yarn. Yeah.
Oh, this sounds cool.
Yeah, I heard.
Hi all, Annie. This is from Annie. She said my scavenger hunt pick was The Fool on the Hill in a Convertible. The Fool on the Hill in a Convertible by Donna Amos Davis. It is the 60s surf shop series. 4 stars. That sounds interesting.
The cover.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I love the cover. Love it.
It's $3.99 on Kindle. It's not a key. It's only 140 pages, so I wish it was a KU series because it's really short. That looks awesome.
It's very cute.
It's 1967. Beatles songs are playing everywhere, and Tori is trying to put her broken-hearted life back together. She helps her dad and brother in the family surf shop in the friendly West Coast beach community of Mission Cove. But when someone falls off Sunset Cliffs to their death, Tori gets embroiled in a mystery she'd rather escape. Oh, that's awesome.
Came out last year. There's only 1 book.
Oh, it came out last year. Yeah, it came out July 2021.
Okay.
Does she write anything else?
No.
I don't know, but that cover is adorable.
Yeah, she has a Dive Shack series.
Nice.
Is that one KU? Nope, that's not on KU either. That seems fun.
It does seem fun. Book fans said, "Oh, good. I'm glad." That's the whole point of the Scavenger Hunt pick. That's awesome, book fan. Regina said she's talking about It Takes Two to Mango. She goes to an island because she couldn't find a job in New York and was offered a job in paradise, basically. Truthfully, everyone with the exception of like 2 people are truly awful. I could relate to her a little better when the author revealed some of her background. Yeah, I didn't get to that.
Right. See, that's what happened with Books by the Bay. I hated the main character, Olivia, until you learn that's just the way she is because of she's privileged from her background. And then she grows as a character as the series progresses. Yeah.
People, a lot of people picking who they wanted to be or how far they got in their books. That's awesome. And then I didn't get any reading done this. I ate my lunch and let my fur baby outside for a few minutes. Sounds very productive. I need to know what you ate for lunch and also what kind of fur baby you have. Finished my book. I'd give it 3.5 stars. That's awesome. 15 pages. That's awesome. Oh, she's 90. Wow. Nice, Melmac. I worked this morning and I need to work on my truck, but it's 95 degrees outside and humid. I spent that sprint laying on my bed in there trying to find the motivation to go outside and do that. I don't blame you.
Awful.
Absolutely.
Well, take lots of water. I know you know this, but I'm just, what series are you reading? I missed it.
Audiobook is The Enchanted or Magical Bakery by Bailey Cates, and ebook is Candy Holiday Mystery by B.B. Haywood, and I'm on book 3. Oh, okay.
Kev said that she's really enjoying the Tess and Tilly series as well. She's read the first 6 so far, pretty much back to back.
Oh,
wow. Cool.
Good to know. Yeah, I think it was a good start to a series.
And then grade 6 says she finished today's chapter of 1 second after. Everything you need to know about this book. Day after all the power goes out, the main character goes to town, and first thing he does is buy 3 cartons of cigarettes. Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's priority.
Annie said, Tess and Tilly is a series I'm trying to get caught up on now. I'm on number 8.
Oh, nice. No, it's her Zoe Donovan one that has 20-something books that I'm thinking of, but I don't know what that one's about.
I read Christmas. It's my Christmas in July read. Nice. Makes sense. Green 6 said, cigarettes, insulin for his 12-year-old daughter, type 1 diabetic daughter. Infuriating.
Oh, like more important than cigarettes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were I didn't realize at the time that meant greater than. I was like, I just reading it as like you just put a symbol to separate it.
Yeah, I'm like, did he gave her cigarettes instead of insulin? Because that's even more.
That's not gonna help diabetes.
Here, just take these. This will help.
Yeah.
I read all 3 Christmas Tree Farm books by Jacqueline Frost last month, so I got my Christmas in July read started early. I rated all of them 5 stars. I loved them all. It's my favorite series by her.
Yeah, I think I'm officially Christmased out until December, so I'm good.
I am so excited for her new one. I mean, I'm excited for it anyways, but now I'm really excited for it.
Now it's not going to be till next year.
I know, October of next year.
And then you're going to want to read it, and everybody's going to want to read it in October, but then we're going to like try to save it for December, and it's like,
oh, not me. I'll read it whenever I get it.
But is she going to say like Tiffany, like only like, well, we'll know it's you, but other people won't know it's you?
It's my first and last name.
Oh, okay.
I mean, still, if somebody doesn't know me, I mean, even on my channel, I don't say my name, and it's not my hyphenated name. She just used my Kevin's last name.
But it's not going to be like you're a YouTuber. You're a different.
No, I'm a ballerina.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, you said that one of your dreams was everyone would break out to song and dance. So there you go. She took that into account.
I knew Melmac that I belonged on stage. This is just proof right here. Right here. Vindicated.
Yeah, because we were trying to guess. We figured it must have been like a Nutcracker thing or something if it's Christmas and ballerina.
I'm going to stop that for now because I think everybody's said their thing.
Still prefer... me too. I prefer the Library series by Victoria Gilbert for sure. And then Kev said, wow. Love the cat prancing through Sarah's screen.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Sarah. You're all lounging and now you're fully at the...
I know, right? I'm like, okay, I'll sit up.
Despite
It's
the
fine.
name, I don't think that Panty Raid.
Yeah.
Is cozy.
we were
I
just
don't know. No, I'm just
we
kidding.
were just that's like a 0.5, and we were just discussing that series, and we're like, we don't even want to try it now.
Yes, Victoria Square has several businesses, and Artisans Alley is a part of Victoria Square, which is a large 2-floor building that has vendor booths selling arts and crafts. So wait, so Victoria Square has several businesses and Artisans Alley.
Is a part of it. So Artisans Alley is a building that has 2 floors that has like vendor booths in it. So she owns the
like
store
a craft
that
fair
has,
type thing or something, like a craft thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
She owns the store called Artisans Alley that has vendor booths in it, and Victoria Square is just the street, like the warehouse of other businesses.
Tiffany the Wallflower has the cold case. I was thinking you were
okay.
saying that. Yeah, remains from someone who disappeared 20 years. Yeah. Thank you, Momac. I was thinking that that's the book you were saying. LOL, cat booty. Sarah, is he kindly letting you use his bed?
Yeah.
He can wander
Pretty much.
across it as he pleases.
Pretty much, eh, big guy?
Bye, Regina. I'm sure you're long gone, but have a great day. Hey, Abigail. It's good to see ya. We are just chatting it up. What are you reading today? Are you enjoying it? I love that series. There is also a buddy read for the month, Death of a Kitchen Diva. And next month, we'll be reading buddy reading for book 2, Death of a Country Fried Redneck. Yes.
Oh,
yes, it's Ruby the Rabbi's Wife. And the first book is called Fax Me a Bagel. You said it as I was typing. Yeah, exactly, Kazan. It is underrated. It was a really fun series, and her husband is deceased, and it was really good. Jillian said at Cozy, I was referring to the vet in the Haley Powell series. I really liked their relationship.
I want to say Doug Winters. Yeah, I liked him too.
Okay, it is so weird what we remember, and
right, like how do I remember that? And I can't like I literally.
You know, the funniest part for me is most of the time the details that I remember like really vividly in books are sometimes from books I didn't even enjoy. And then my favorites, people will ask me, "Oh, what's your favorite series?" And I'll start trying to tell them about it, and I'm blank. I'm like, I don't know. She does this or something, and she has a job, and she solves crimes sometimes. I'm like, oh my god, I sound like a blubbering idiot.
But then you pull out the full character's full name in the Potion series, which I couldn't tell you to this day.
Yeah.
And something, that really southern
Harley
name.
Bell Hartwell.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's so weird.
I don't know. I don't know why. There is a second book in the 60s, Surf Shop Mysteries by Donna Amos Davis, but they aren't linked. Storm.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Our local Goodreads librarian.
Love these.
I tried to take the test and I failed, and I'm like, I'm not going to study for it. So. Because there's some things that annoy me, especially on KU series. I read a lot of Kindle Unlimited, and they have a lot of errors on my Kindle books, are the KU books. So I'm like, I want to go in there and fix it, but I'm like, I don't want to study for their librarian thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't remember ever taking anything.
Well, I think you did it such a long time ago.
I was gonna say,
and now there's 15 questions, and they give you the answers, but you'd have to memorize each thing or take lots of notes or have it on the screen, because you can only miss
unless
you're
paying me. I'm doing all that.
Right.
Because they don't just accept you have to pass a test. It's like they give you the answers, but I'm like, I'm still not going to study for it.
Gav said, love these Saturdays. I have a full page of new to me series to check out. So thank you. However, I'm blaming you guys when I go to my SAS schools. I totally understand. I can shoulder that. I totally understand. And that's one of the things I love about Scavenger Hunt is all the new books. Because I've found, same as you, Cav, I agree.
It's so much better than starting a new series every month.
I think that you're rolling your eyes at me, but all I see is the round.
That's a laugh.
Thing.
The laughing.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
I think she's laughing at your, dancing screen thing that you were talking about.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, all I know is it's a smiley face, so I'm assuming that means that it's the love one, because I know how much you know. Memek, are you a ballerina in the Nutcracker? It's a Christmas book, so they are watching the Nutcracker Inquiry. I don't know either. I just know about
that was our guess when we were talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know either, so I will be finding out.
But we get to see Tiffany as an unlikable character because they're not going to kill off the sweet character, or maybe they will. I don't know. So she wants to be head ballerina, and no one else is allowed to go on stage.
Ooh, I hope that I'm really, really evil.
Yeah.
Abigail said, I'm not reading a cozy. I read The Lost Library about the Library of Alexandria mystery. I want to read a couple of chapters in the Thursday Murder Club. Awesome.
Nice. Well, if it had a house or a room scene on the cover, then it counted.
There you go. Storm, you read that, right? The Thursday Murder Club, or am I making that up in my head? Did you like it?
Yes.
Nice.
And I think you would like it, even though it's not like technically, wouldn't consider it cozy. It's kind of cozy adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
Me?
Yeah, because it has seniors in it that are sleuthing. So.
I would like it. What author is writing a book with you as a character, Tiffany? I haven't been able to watch Sprints in a long time, and I am behind. No problem. It is going to be the newest book in the Christmas Tree Farm series by Jacqueline Frost, who is Julianne Lindsay. Which I was so excited it was that series because that's my favorite. Yeah. She asked me what was my favorite, but I still didn't know for sure. So I'm very, very excited. All I know is I'm a ballerina. Melmac said Tiffany is a cutthroat ballerina. That's right. That's right. I am the prima donna. Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yep. Like but it doesn't come out till October of 2023, Cornflower. But Julianne is going to come when it's released and do another interview. So I really do want to make a shirt or something that says I was murdered by Julianne or
Jacqueline Frost or
I don't know,
murdered in Mistletoe, Maine, or
exactly.
Like yeah.
With like a cute like mistletoe or something. That would be cute. I was murdered in Mistletoe, Maine would be really cute.
We got one more latecomer in.
Hey Jessica, said I finally made a Saturday Live. It's good to see you. My pick was Killer Research by Jen McKinley. It was the building pick. Nice. Yeah, Storm's going to be very excited. I'll let Storm talk about this.
So I have it pulled up, but you just see a little bit of a building. We'll call it a house. It's a library. It's people's second home. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. People's second home. Yeah.
And it's my dream home.
Yeah, so This is book number 12. So we'll let Storm. We've talked about it a million times, but
yeah, it's got my favorite people, Lindsay and Sully and all the rest. And anyway, she's like the head librarian, and got the lovely Mrs. Cole. Everybody loves, but I don't remember exactly what happened in Killer Research, but it's been too long ago. But anyway, they're on is Briar. I never can remember the places where people live. Briar or something. Do you remember, Tiffany? It's Briar.
I want to say Briar Creek, but I don't think that's
like. Yeah, I know. I don't remember. But anyway, it's like there's like all these like little islands that they like island hop and stuff in.
Yeah, and Sully's like a boat captain.
Yeah, and Sully's a boat captain, which is cool because at least he's not the police officer in the series. So it's fun. It is Briar Creek. She says Lemon, and then she says Briar Creek. So you're right.
Okay. Leah, also. Oh, I'm sorry, Cozy. Oh, what did I do to Cozy's volume? Did I do that?
Oh, I muted myself.
So I was like, all I did was push ad.
I was like, it is Briar Creek, and I didn't know I was muted, but I just completely got spoiled. It said the word newlyweds, and I tried to move the picture, and then I saw the two names. I don't know why they do that. They put everything in the thing.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that either. I don't like
and it's really hard to try to talk about like later ones in the series because it's like, well, if I say that, then they'll be like, you spoiled that. I knew that.
Yeah, and you don't know where, you don't know when stuff happens, so it's really hard to. That's why, in when Tiffany does the monthly releases, she can't talk about the synopsis in every book because a lot of it's farther along in the series.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I'll probably forget by the time I get to number 12.
Yeah, it's like Beth is a children's librarian. It's got really great side characters because she dresses up as these characters for to read books to the little kids, and then there's the characters that you just absolutely don't like at first, but they grow on you, like Mrs. Cole, or AKA the Lemon. She like really grows on you after a while. And then there's Robbie, and there's a love triangle for a little while, and then it's like I didn't like that part very much, but then when you think you're not gonna like Robbie, you end up liking Robbie at the so at least she makes you like the characters after a while. It's got a lot of character growth, I think, in that series, from especially like Mrs. Cole and Robbie. I think they both show a lot of character growth in the series.
I love that. That's one of my favorite parts, is getting attached to the characters. Like, the mystery is secondary when you love the characters.
Yeah.
Melmac, a shirt that has the saying that starts out with "I was murdered." That's not a conversation starter or anything.
Yeah.
That's why I put "I was murdered" in Mistletoe, Maine. Sounds better than Julia and Lindsay, because then that's like you say who you were murdered by.
True.
And then Tiffany gives, like, in 30 years, she gives the shirt away to the Goodwill, and it starts a cold case.
There's a cozy mystery
second
right
book
there.
comes out, true crime. A case that was never solved in Mistletoe, Maine. Because they don't know it's fiction. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Um,
And she loves that the chief is a woman, too. Oh, and that's good.
the Jim McKinley series is very enjoyable. Quick reads. Yeah, I enjoy. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Yeah, because at first it has this grumpy old man chief guy, and then
Oh,
it changes. So yeah.
Nice.
So I think we already talked about what the scavenger hunt picks were for August, but if not, the first one is yellow on the cover,
I'm trying to look at the dates for it.
and the second one is, I forgot. I know, I just looked. Oh my gosh.
2-word title.
2-word title. That's
So
right.
yellow on the cover is on the 13th, and 2-word title is the 27th. And that's 2 words, guys. So you can't use a, and, or the as a word, like, doesn't count. So 2 words. There's a lot out there. You just got to search from, and that's the fun thing.
And
It's the
the
hunt.
R words.
Exactly. They are words, so they have to count. So
Okay.
if it's like the blah blah, that's 3 words. So
Oh, I see. So you can't.
I'm saying they are words. So if you have those words in there, so it's 2 words. And so this is one where you got to dig through your Goodreads shelves, dig through your bookshelves.
That's why I said it's only hard for me if I don't want to start another series and the next one is not. My luck, it's like the 4th one down is 2-word title, and I'm like,
Well, it's like a lot of people don't, like, I have so many series going, and I did a quick search, and I found so many within series. And so if you keep good track of your series, I'm sure you can find them. Because you don't have to start a new series.
no, you're talking to me, right, Miss Disorganized?
No, you've been working really hard, though, on getting it.
I have been trying to organize this.
And Sarah can just pull up her spreadsheet and figure it out.
I've already got stuff. Don't worry about it. Because it doesn't have to be a cozy.
No, it can be
So I
anything.
guarantee you I'm going to read something with 2 words this next month.
Yeah.
Or whenever.
And then it just happens where, like, Tiffany just read a 2-word title, so now she has to find something else.
I already have something.
My non-cozy pick for that would probably be the Crew of Hunters series.
And you can do that.
That's what I was thinking too, because I think I have the Unholy.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
say,
if you
a
wanna-
lot of them are like 2-word titles.
Because you always pick a cozy, so if you want to take a break and choose something else. Or you can do both if you end up finding a cozy.
Trying to figure out the yellow on the cover. I'll just have to look at like all the covers that I'm going to be like reading and see if any of them have yellow.
Surely
Because I feel
somewhere
like
they
that's
have yellow
fairly
on the cover.
easy, but it'd be my luck. Like all my covers are going to have yellow.
So the official thing is yellow on the cover in the title. So there's a lot of books I noticed where the title is written in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So that can count too. Or the word yellow can be in the title. So like if there's no yellow on the cover, but the title's written in yellow, that will still count. And I'm talking about, it can be like one flower, like just have yellow on there.
Well, that's why I was like, I mean, usually when it comes to the colors, it's fairly easy to find it because I mean, a lot of books are multicolored, but it'd be like I have like these set books that I want to read because they're like the arcs, because for Arc August type thing, and I'm like, it'd be my luck. There's no yellow on anything,
Right.
Because a lot of the covers that I want to read are very dark. They're like dark, deep purples or browns or blacks. So I'm like, please be a little yellow flower sparking out somewhere.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. It doesn't have to be huge, like splashed yellow. It
Yeah.
can be, you know.
And yeah, Jessica, you can use the Gunkel.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Jessica, we're set.
I haven't looked at the cover, but if there's yellow on it,
Right.
yeah.
The whole thing is bright yellow.
There you go.
And it's a 2-word title. I'm just saying.
And because we've already talked about Buried in a Good Book, so there's something new to talk about.
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
sprinting.
it is a 2-word title if you want to double up. Yeah.
I'm sprinting on Killing Time with Cozies at 4 Eastern in just under an hour for the remainder of the day. If anyone is interested in joining, awesome.
I'll definitely join later.
And then Cornflower said, so many 2-word titles in the Monica Ferris series. I'm almost finished with the series. That's good to know for everybody.
Mhm.
The crafting series, I assume, and I think that's what she writes. So before we go, and Melmac has her thing of 4. Storm, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Oh, my weekly vlog that I usually put out on Sundays. And then if I can ever get anything else edited, I have a bunch of things. I'm like such a slacker with editing because it's like,
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Next week is, just so you know, is bonus week. It's week 5. So did you want to take a break or did you?
I'll probably just go ahead and do
Okay.
it because since Kev's gone, I don't really have I don't have anything going on in my life.
Aw.
No, it's not that bad, but I mean, I just don't. I still don't really know anybody here. My coworkers, but that's it. So
Yeah.
did you
I
have
just
fun
felt like
yesterday
people
after
are like,
you
"Well,
went?
go out," and I'm like, I'm not gonna go out without Kevin. Like out. Anyways, that's just kind of. Would you say,
Yeah.
Storm? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said, did you have fun yesterday after you actually went out? Or
I mean, it's one of those things. I'm
I'm like that too, though. That's why I was wondering because I'm like, oh,
Me too.
now I don't want to go. Can I figure out a reason to say no? Kind of thing. I always do that.
And sometimes it sounds fun, like when you say yes, and then the second you
Yeah.
get home, you're like, why did I say that?
Yeah. Well, I it did sound fun when I said yes, and I wasn't immediately like what Cozy was talking about, but when it got to be the day, I was like, oh, why did I say that? I'm like, Sarah's sprinting and I can't go, and then I gotta get, and I was just being
Yeah.
mean.
I gotta put my bra back on.
Yeah.
It was really,
That's always
was-
my thing.
yeah,
Right.
it was really it was nice, don't get me wrong. The ladies, it was for a group that meets in the community as a way to get to know each other, and they're very nice women, but no joke. Well, first of all, it was pizza. Can't have pizza because of the AIP diet.
Mm.
Wine, can't have alcohol in the AIP diet. And then for an hour, which is what I stayed, well, I stayed longer an hour. That's not true. But like for the most of the hour that everybody was there, because before I was there longer, but like people were kind of wandering in, it was like talking about Sephora makeup company or Sephora. Yeah. And I was like, this is so not a jam, And I asked somebody, I was like, hey, do you like to read? Like, we're just talking kind of amongst ourselves, like, and she's like, I read my last book in 2006. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like,
The fact that she knows that she read her last book in 2000.
I think she graduated in 2006.
I was gonna say,
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, when you look at people and they like when they ask like if you like to read and they look like you have a second head, I'm like,
yeah, they're like,
yeah,
Never mind.
college. I think she graduated college in 2006. I'm gonna go with because it was very precise. It was very
fun. Yeah.
But I mean, they are very nice women. They're very friendly. No one's ever, it's just not, anyways, long story short, yes, I'll probably do that next weekend. So, Sarah, what do you have on your channel?
I have got my vlog is coming up on Monday, and I'm gonna do some filming on Monday too for next week. So, yay!
Excellent.
TBR time is coming.
And
Yes.
what's your next video, Tiffany?
So, I'm gonna have new releases coming out because it's already the 23rd.
I know. I can't.
So I like splitting those up because it's just too long otherwise.
Mhm.
So I'll do the traditionally published tomorrow, so that'll come out this week. And then I also have a vlog coming out because I'm starting that other channel with
Oh, yes.
the AIP stuff. But I'm still like at the end of the vlog, like I did a grocery haul this morning, so I kind of filmed some of that, what I got, little tips about what I'm doing this week. And then I included book stuff too at the end. So I'm gonna upload it, and if people want to watch it, great. If they want to fast forward, they whatever. But I'm gonna upload it as a vlog.
But then you can also put in the title like intro to new channel or something and link the channel like once you make it. Yeah.
So that's kind of, but I won't do that until like Thursday or Friday because I'm gonna go the whole week with it. So it'll actually come out probably the following week.
So it sounds like you have some meal prepping to do this weekend.
A lot of meal prepping. Yes.
What if your yellow looks almost more orange, but it's still kind of yellow?
Wait, what?
She says, "What if your yellow looks orange?" There's orange on the wheel, so
I kid you not. Like all the arcs that I wanted to read next.
what's the book? What's the book?
So basically, it's orange, is what she's saying.
The book that I was talking about,
it's not orange, it's dark yellow.
It's called Secret at Bow Lane. It's the latest book in the Cat Holloway series. It's one of my favorite series, and the title. Everything else is like dark red, maroony type things, but the title's kind of.
Oh my goodness!
How do you spell bow?
My mother
BOW, just like
would be happy. Storm, she would say, my mother would say something like, your friend Storm, she looks just like, and picture anybody that looks nothing like Storm. She looks like, a blonde Heidi Klum. And I'm like, really? I don't see it. She's like,
I have like the before I Kid Not Stop for Death by Amanda Flowers, and it's all purple.
I couldn't. The problem, I couldn't find The Secret at Bow Lane on Goodreads yet. So
I've never even heard of that.
Because it's an arc.
Yeah, it should be there though.
Oh.
Who's it by?
Jennifer Ashley.
Jennifer.
I got another one if I can get to it, called The Magic of Lemon Drop Pie, which is purple with big yellow lemons on it.
There you go.
So that works.
Yeah, it's the Secret of Bow Lane, like BOW.
Oh, Cat Holloway.
Yeah, it's a Cat Holloway series, or a Below Stair Mysteries, because they don't know what they want to call it.
Oh, that is not anywhere close to yellow. She's like, it's the sun shining on a building.
I still can't find it.
It's literally just sunshine, like on a piece of wood, like.
Well, and the title too is kind of like, it's kind of got that orangey, like, that's what I was saying. The title.
The title could be considered like a sunflower.
Is this on Goodreads? I am not pulling it up.
Yeah, I had to search it by Jennifer Ashley and then find the Cat Holloway.
Jennifer Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashley.
So if you use it as a last resort, but try to find something else.
Well, I have Camp Scare, and it has flames on it, and maybe there's some yellow and the orange.
Storm, what's it called? What's the title called?
The Secret of Bow Lane. Yeah. It's number
BOW. So The Secret of Bow Lane.
It's number 6 in the Cat Holloway mystery. I couldn't find it by searching the title.
Yeah.
Okay, I still can't find it under Jennifer Ashley.
I could pull it up.
Type in Cat Holloway mysteries. You probably.
I could pull it up, but the picture will probably be this big.
Oh, it's number 6. Okay, yeah. I found it. I found the first book. Okay, now I'm going to number 6.
I was gonna say the cover looks like it's actually pulls up pretty big.
Oh, Storm.
Yeah, there, and maybe the title is like a sunflower burnt yellow. I don't know.
Come on.
I can't. The reflection of sunlight. I don't think that could count.
That's hilarious.
I tried.
There has to be something else, Storm. There has to be.
The letters are somewhat of a yolky yellow.
That's what I said. Like,
should be opening a motel, being like, it's got a beach view. If you stand on the balcony and crane your neck.
Yeah. Exactly.
Beachfront. It's about 2
Yeah.
miles that way. Okay,
Yeah.
Storm, if you decide to continue Camper and Criminals, they're
Yeah.
like 4 hours. Look at that. Yellow, 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 number 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, well,
Come on, you can invest 4 hours, Storm.
That 2 times speed, that's 2 hours of your time. So.
Girl, that's yeah.
but it's got that narrator that I don't like.
It took me 2
Let-
books to get over her, and now she's fine. Like by
Can you
book
have
3,
you know
she was
who
fine.
read it to you instead?
Mm.
Yeah, you could. If she has Kindle Unlimited.
Can you?
But yeah, it just took me 2 books, and now I'm over
Goodness,
her.
even my middle grade book that I was gonna read doesn't have yellow on it.
The books are changing colors behind the scenes because they don't want you to read them. I swear it was yellow last time I looked.
There's
Now
gonna
it's orange.
Storm's gonna take a marker and just like color the white of her Harlequin.
Well,
That
I
ones with the white cover and the little like circle.
Storm?
It'll just be yellow.
read a Harlequin Desire book.
They have
Read
a lot
a
of
more
yellow.
recent Harlequin Desire. They are yellow.
There you go.
Oh, well, see.
Yeah, you can find
Elizabeth
something.
said, Sarah, woohoo. What is the name? So the name of the
Actually,
go ahead.
I need to finish the sweetest thing.
Is that yellow?
Oh, the bee one. Yes, that's perfect. Hi, Sasha.
It's got
Somebody
yellow
getting
flowers.
thunder?
It is, yeah, here. Kyrie's not
So
happy.
jealous.
It's
Never thought
the
I
new
would
channel's
say I
gonna
was jealous too, but I'd like a little rain.
the new channel is going to be Adventures in AIP.
But it's not made yet, right?
I've made it. I just haven't
Okay.
uploaded anything. So the vlog will be the first thing. But I'm going to put the vlog on the book channel because it does have, like, that's what I'm saying. There is some food stuff and it's got a lot of food stuff, but you can skip some because I still talk about what I read. On the Adventures in AIP, I'm not putting the book stuff because I don't think, it goes both ways. But some people might be interested still on here, and otherwise you can just skip the stuff.
Yeah. And then just put introduction to new channel and then link it below. And then
So, but that will be actually at the early next week when the first vlog comes.
And I'm sure you'll put it in the Discord and everything.
Yeah.
soon.
So
I actually, if we're sharing, if it's okay, I actually filmed and I'm going to export it. My floss tube, my return to floss tube on my other channel will be going up today.
I don't know what floss tube is.
It's talking about cross stitch and
The floss that you use for
Okay.
like
So
book
I
you
was
tube.
like, so you're creating a dental floss channel?
I am. Isn't that exciting?
She keeps the
What kind of videos are
collection.
you
And
uploading? She's like got a video of her water pick. Like,
what is the name? What is the name of that channel?
I did change it. It's the 14, like the number 1414.
Okay.
The 14 count stitcher.
do you have a link to it on?
I'll link it in the
Okay.
new video is going to be going up before the end of the day.
The 14 stitcher.
Awesome.
What does that mean? Is that like the
14 count is
size?
the size of the fabric that I use. There's
Okay,
14 holes per inch.
I got you.
I searched it and it came right up. So
It's supposed to be like, this is where people get their start and it's the easy because there's other people who stitch like 50 count. So 50 X's per inch.
So it's that
I'm like,
little teeny tiny thing.
Yeah. I'm like, no, ain't nobody got that kind of time.
okay. So my one question real
I
fast.
couldn't do that.
Does your things come blank? Like it's completely blank and you got to figure out where it goes, or is there like an outline on the square?
No,
'Cause if it was-
you can buy some that are considered to be stamped. Right.
Yeah, that's what
get
I
the
would
fabric
want.
And it's got the picture stamped on it, and then you would just go through. But mine are blank, and then the patterns.
Come here, buddy.
Like I have the patterns on,
Right.
so then you have to. That's why it's called counted cross stitch because
So you got to
like, you have
count
to
where
count
it goes.
all the correct.
But then you have the little keeper where you could put it above so you know where it is. So you're not like counting every single. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah, you can always share other stuff on here. It's for everything.
Adrian is excited. She says, "Yay for Floss Tube channel coming back."
That is really awesome. All right. Well, we'll give ourselves a 45-minute break, and then Mel Mac's gonna be doing Discord sprints. I think Kevin wants to hang out tonight because he still expects me to hang out. No, I'm kidding.
How dare he?
I know. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I think that but I might pop in, from time to
Yeah,
time.
but don't feel obligated. You got a lot of meal prep to do,
No.
and so
Right.
I do have a lot of meal prep to do.
audiobook while you do it. That'll be fun.
Yes. All right, everyone. Well, have a
Absolutely.
great rest of your weekend. If you are feeling down, sick wise, hope you're feeling better. If you're feeling great, enjoy your weekend. I hope you're out and about doing something fun. And see y'all in the Discord. Killing Time with Cozies, 4 p.m. Eastern. Melmac, be there, be square. Bye, everyone. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay, buddy.